to make
Okay.
sure our investment pays out. Because I've only got one action left. I tried to sell the car, didn't go so well. We only got 2 bounty for it, but whatever.
Okay.
And Kiri was busy with his stuff unless he wants to do 2 work actions.
Yeah, well, it's up to you guys. That's the thing. All of these things are options that are available to you. You could also, do all the other fun things like troubleshooting, which would basically be figure out what the random event was that involves the woods. You could hire another employee to sell the wood faster. You could set up and say you're going to save your action to do prep work because you guys could, you don't know what type of job you're going to do yet. Are you going to do an actual job, or are you going to try and get more food for the, I don't call it anything. Or are you going to look into an investment?
Prep is always the key in this situation. Don't you agree?
Yeah, having some initially prepared equipment that we could just add or subtract from, depending upon what the job actually is. It's always good to have.
Yeah.
Prep work is more putting yourself in a better negotiating stance with the person that you're getting the job from. It's finding out those little details.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the prep work for the negotiation.
Okay.
Oh.
Buying gear is buying gear, which you can do after the job. Yay! Okay, anyways, all of you can make me networking checks. I wish you luck. Don't fail now.
D10, right?
Yes, Ty.
Oh, come on.
What is?
Jim Pan, you roll d20s.
Oh fuck! I mean, that.
Either way, that is
Mine
a
too.
failure. Hey, Ty, roll that extra d10. You could still get a 1 and crit fail.
No, I get 2.
See, Ty, if you had a +2 in your networking, that would have been a pass then, because it would have been 3 over 2. See, you almost passed if you had a modifier. See, well, you need to make your networking.
I need to make a networking check. For what reason?
This is the network check everybody gets at the start of the session for,
Oh, got
job
it.
stuff. Okay. That's fine, Japan.
I succeed, so I get 1 bit of information.
Yay! So, Seawald's aware of that So, you guys now have the following bits of information. There are 3 jobs. They all are decent paying, is what you got. So that's
Well, I haven't. Have I used this already?
No, I'm just saying. That's the thing. You all know that they're decent paying.
Okay.
Hey.
I could check on the status of wood in the place.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say you could find out the exact value of the job or who's hiring for any of those 3 jobs. Just
I can only find out for one of them, but not all 3.
Sadly, yes. Because you found out that there were 3 jobs. That was part of your information.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. And then the second part is, hey guys, I found out there's 3 jobs. Okay, and then there's, now this is the part where we get the fact that other people could spend a reference to call in a contact to see if they know somebody.
Well, what's the name of the food merchant? Schmitty. Yeah, Schmitty. Schmitty owes us a favor.
Not a reference seal.
Would he be considered a reference then?
You could make Schmitty one of your references, yes.
We did kind of do work with him recently, so
Yes. So go into your reference section and put in the one slot Schmitty. And he can give you the down low on, basically, he can give you 2 pieces of information for 1 bounty.
Oh, I see. So yeah, I might be able to chuck him a piece of bounty for 2 bits of information. So where references?
Yeah,
So
that's how references work. You can name a new NPC and basically be like, oh yeah, there's the construction yard boys that work over in one of the skyscrapers. They live way up there and farm.
Well, if you guys are okay with it, why don't I just burn the 2 bounty that I just got from the car to get all the information we need?
As long as we make more.
Yep.
Well, it's only 2 bounty. It's not much.
Okay.
So I'll kind of walk in and just kind of plop down a little package of and I'm guessing this does not actually eat up a work action.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll plop down that, and he sees 2 bounty worth of credit cards, driver's licenses, papers, things like that.
Well, yeah. It'd be 1 because you can only do 1. So someone else will have to tag a reference to do
Got
that.
it. Okay.
No.
Okay. So I'll just
I guess
dump.
I guess I'll do 1 as well.
Yeah. And then
What?
Ty will do your reference in a second. First Schmitty, then yours. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Schmitty will look at this. And he flicks through the cards. Smiles and says, so you needed something from me then, eh, Willie boy?
Information.
Information. Yeah, you takers are always looking for good jobs. Oh, so that's what
Heard some rumors there are 3 jobs out there. Can you tell me about can you tell me about the guy who's hiring for jobs A and job
A and B? Yeah, good choices. So first up, A is actually gonna be Mercedes himself, the sheriff. He's got a little pet project with one of the people. You know how the casualties move around.
He's doing some. She's doing some cleanup.
So to say, yes. And then there's another one. They call him Gecko. You can find his online handle. He wants the person to head to St. Elmer's School. He's got a drop-off for something, and that's about it that I got. But he wants some people to head down to that school for some reason.
Got it. Well, thanks for the information. And I just kind of leave the bounty behind for him on the table, on the counter, since it's probably like, he's probably like he's basically taken one of those Airstream diners and just plopped it in the middle of this place. That's how I imagine his place is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just sitting in the middle. It's just sitting in the middle of the field, and we just do all the work on the counter.
He totally hasn't stolen a Cold Stone Creamery's marble countertop and hiked it into the middle of the field. Yeah. I like this mental image that it's very obviously like a Cold Stone Creamery countertop that's been ripped out and then placed there.
Yep. Well, I guess I'll get back to the group and let them know. Hey, we got 2. I was able to figure out who's involved in 2 of the 3 jobs. I'm thinking the last bit of information. I'm going to check on how the wood market is doing. I'll go through some of my assets. We'll call them that.
To answer that, you guys have brought in a lot of stuff. The supply is going to start going down after this session because there's the supply is being met.
Mm-hmm. The demand's starting to be met.
Yeah. So the supply will start going down.
But it'll still remain high for the moment.
Yeah, the demand is still the same. but there's a lot of it in the market right now. So the
We
supply.
may want to consider how much wood do we still have left in storage?
12
Do we have
hull.
this 12 hull? We're going to want to try and sell as much as possible. I'm thinking we should pick up a couple more employees. Look, it's a risk, but let's try to sell at least 9 of it.
Oh, you'll see. So yeah. Everybody has as their second action they can do. Next up, Ty, you contact your reference. What's your reference's name?
Jim the bartender and some of the ladies. I don't. Jim the bartender is my primary reference. Jim, it's been a while. About 5
Blues.
minutes.
What can I? Blues. What can I do for you?
Jim sounds very effeminate.
Yes.
No ladies at the bar tonight. Well, I have another question anyway.
Well, there's always a lady at the bar, Blue.
Anyway, I heard I heard the rumors of a couple of jobs. Can you tell me about them? Particularly about jobs 2 and 3.
Well, we already know about 2.
Well, he can know like the actual price or more about the job itself. Like,
I would
the actual.
Yeah, Taj. One thing is, I'm kind of leaning that we want to get in good with the. I'm thinking we may want to focus on that first job.
All right, so jobs 1 and maybe jobs 2 if you could swing by it.
Blue, you want to know about what the sheriff's up to? Oh, I can give you a lot on that.
Yeah, I see him in the bar lately. So, tell me about this job, if you will.
Oh, I don't kiss and tell. You know how it is, Blue.
I
Bounty up
know.
front.
I know. I slap a bounty on the
You
table.
slap down some credit cards or wallet, and they smile and slip it into their overalls. Thank you, Blue. That you're a darling. All right then. So you want to know about Mercedes's little job? It's a little thing that they've been doing out in Utah as well. They call it casualty cast. See, the thing is, when you get those big swarms, they're really annoying to break down. You know, too much hassle to actually kill. Cost too much ammo. There's such a big swarm that they move faster than normal. All that stuff. There's just hundreds of people there. Mercedes wants to set up like a little casualty cast, tag a few of them, and once they're tagged, we can, with the Ubik, know where the swarm is going to be at any given moment. Of course, he wants to tag at least, a tenth of them to make sure that if they start breaking up into smaller groups, he doesn't start losing any, because that'd be bad, So it's a pretty deadly task, getting in that close, getting those clips in. But it could be useful.
Yeah.
And after all, it's a waste of bullets and time just to get them all killed right now. More profitable ventures to be had in just
True.
avoiding them.
But high risk means high reward, am I right?
Exactly. Now then, Blue, do you want to know what type of bounty he's offering for that? Or would you like to know more about Mr. Gecko's job?
The bounty is more important for me. Just make sure I'm not getting robbed.
Ooh,
Or I could negotiate higher bounties if I am, let's just say, am not satisfied with the work.
and you're looking at least at a 14 bounty off this, plus of course whatever you can negotiate up to, as long as you're willing to Play it smart.
You see me with the ladies. I never go to bed. I never go to bed without one or two. And speaking of,
Blue, you don't need to lie to me here.
anyway, I should be off. It'd be nice, interesting.
Toodles.
Say again.
Toodles.
It should be a nice, interesting story to tell at least.
Oh, it should be.
And he leaves. And then,
And-
of course, tells the party, of course, afterwards.
Yes.
Is 14 bounty pretty good for a job like that?
That means that the supply plus demand for the job
Is
to
average.
equal- well, no, 7
Actually-
plus 7 would be
above average. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dangerous work, but it pays pretty decent.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Plus, we might be able to get a little bit more out of it with negotiations, a few other things, and it would get us in the good graces of one of the counselors, arguably one of the more
It would.
important ones.
It would.
I say we do it.
All right.
Yeah.
But again, one thing we need to do is when we get the time, let's try to hire a few more. Let's try and hire try and hire 2 more employees so we can try and hawk more of that wood while the prices are. Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't hire too many. We don't want to go into the poorhouse.
Look, we'll tell them it's temporary work, so they know what they're going in for. That we're just trying to offload what little we have left. We can. I'm thinking we keep, though it's a bit pricey. If we can find more rough supply, if we can find more decent supplies. What's the name of our current employee?
William.
William seems to do pretty well. I wouldn't mind trying to keep him around, even though it might be intermittent. If we can make a rapport with him, he does a pretty good job.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have you all have technically one action left. One of you is going to have to spend that action to do the negotiations.
For the job?
Yep. So who wants to be the one that's going to talk to Mercedes Lee?
Well, I mean, I would like to use my action for roleplay stuff, but I can take.
I mean, you can still do a life action. This is just,
Oh, got it. Then I guess I'll be the one negotiating since I'm the best negotiator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that you can't help with like employee stuff because you're going to be too busy
Yeah.
doing life event and also the negotiation. I'm just saying.
Got it. Okay,
Whoever's
got it.
doing that isn't going to be able to help hire employees. Okay, Jim Pond. Okay, so you guys can do prep work. Prep work basically gives you details about Mercedes that you can use to help you. Or one of you could start hiring employees. Or Jim Pan, you could start trying to hire employees.
I can try.
You want to talk and try and hire an employee? Think you
Can
can
you
do
hear
it?
me?
I believe in you.
Testing.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jim Pan. Can you hear us?
Yes.
I cannot hear Jim Pan.
I think it's a problem with your microphone, Dispo.
No, they're muted on my thing.
Yeah, because I can hear Champion just fine.
Okay, say something, Jim Pan.
Did you mute me?
No, I didn't. That was weird. But it had you muted on my side. I'm like, well, that's a thing.
Maybe you can reset Discord real quick.
I fixed it. I don't know why. I'm just confused.
Maybe you accidentally have him on local mute. Who knows?
I technically I did, but I don't know how or why. Because I didn't mute him, but I had him on mute, which is weird.
Huh.
When your statement is, I didn't mute him, but I had him on mute.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So Jim Pan, you have 2 events. So do you want to help by hiring employees?
I can try what I need to do. So,
Okay. So Jim Pan, you have 2 events. So do you want to help by hiring employees?
I can try.
Or do you want to talk and try and hire an employee?
What I need to do. So,
Okay. So Jim Pan, you have 2 events. So do you want to help by hiring employees?
I can try to employ someone.
Okay. Yeah. Roll that check. Roll that sensitivity check, Jimpan. I believe in you.
Sensitivity, okay.
Yeah.
So 10, 1, how,
Yeah,
2d10.
Yeah, 2d10. Plus your
Okay.
sensitivity.
0.
Yeah. Believe in you. Yay! Jimpan passed despite having 0.
Yay!
Okay, so Jimpan is successfully able to hire an employee that doesn't do bad things.
Yay!
So William now has somebody working with them.
I say we set William kind of as the senior of the two and kind of leads the charge.
Okay.
This person's going to need to. They're going to come in at least at William's level. They're not a crit success, so they're not a good negotiator. But for the simple fact is they're not going to be hired on except for at least the minimum of what someone else is getting paid in the job, which is the 3 bounty per pallet they sell.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but they don't get the special bonus that will let William negotiate.
yeah, because he negotiated that, and we did the roll. Speaking of which, I'm just going to roll for how much they sell while you guys are away, because that's important. Yep. Now then, so that's what Jim Pond did for their first action. Now we get to the fun thing. Seawall, make me a leadership check when you come to when you go to where Mercedes is meeting you, which is going to be at the sheriff station. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Leadership. It's actually one of the things I don't have any skill points in.
Well, don't worry. What's the worst that could happen?
I could fail.
I mean, you didn't crit fail.
I just failed.
I mean, it just means you don't know how many rounds until he's going to say the job's not going to happen. Well,
She.
yes, she.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the thing. When you make a success, you know how many rounds you have until they're like, okay, negotiation's over. Take it or leave it.
Got it.
That's what a success means. A failure means
Got
you
it.
don't know. And a crit fail means that you start in a position of being more poorly off. Right.
Okay,
then.
so basically I'm just unsure of how far I can push this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But the thing is there is the take it or leave it position that they'll put out eventually. So
Yeah.
So we know how much this job is worth. I'm thinking we should try and get another maybe 6 bounty out of it.
Bring it up to an even 20.
And make it an even 20.
Remember, it starts
Risky.
at, you guys are at a buyer's market, which is what it starts at. You will make a persuasion check to move up to at value if you pass it. But if you have somebody, do prep work, then you can know something either that's secret about the job.
Did anyone do any prep? Did anyone do any prep work for this job?
That's what I was about to get to. Now that you've started the negotiation, one of the other people can say that they're doing prep work.
Okay. If someone else can do some prep work, please.
And
I guess that would
every
be me.
player can do prep work.
Except for me, apparently.
Yeah, because you're too busy actually doing the negotiation.
Got
it. You're setting up the talks. They're setting up, the details. Like, turns out that this job is going to go near this place where there used to be a dangerous sniper that could still be there. That's a problem. And you could push on that for, hey, we need more money because we may have to kill that guy. Things like that.
Hazard pay.
Yeah, basically hazard pay stuff. In fact, that's one of the marks on the thing. Anyways, so we're going to do prep work. So how it goes is we do prep work, then we do one of your basic negotiation scenes, then we do another thing of prep work. So, excuse me. Who wants to do prep work first? Jimpan, Kiri, Ty?
What does prep work normally entail, just out of curiosity, so I know in the future?
Prep work entails is entirely based on who or whether what you're trying to do. It could be you're just going to talk to an NPC, and then you either roll a charisma check or you just cough up a bounty and be like, hey, tell me this. You're basically, it's similar to a reference, but whereas a reference you can pay later. Keep that in mind. With a reference, you can pay them money later because they trust you. With the prep work stuff, you have to pay immediately because they aren't necessarily your friend.
Okay.
A reference is close to a friend. So prep work is things like that. It comes down to who you're talking to and how you're trying to talk.
Got it.
You could, talk to Mercedes' secretary because she probably has one.
Yeah.
You could basically, like strong arm the secretary, or you could hack in and listen onto the council meetings or something. If they're public record, you could spend time looking through the details. Bounty is money, so you could look into have other people taken this job. Ask other taker groups, and all those little things that are important. So it comes down to how you're trying to do the charisma check, or if you're going to try and do something that's not necessarily a charisma check. Because you could, be like, hey, this is for a doctor guy. I could do a first aid check and listen into what he's saying as the prep work, because we're trying to be hired by this doctor. I'll do some prep work around him, which is just me listening in. So I need to make a first aid to make it look like I'm actually competent. Or he'll kick me out because he realizes that I'm just there to listen into what he's saying. That's an example, yes. It's about being creative with your skills. You don't necessarily have to use charisma on this.
Yeah.
But Kiri, Ty, and Jimpen all have one work action still.
Got it. So, if you guys could pull up some information on this job that'll help in the negotiations, please do so.
All right. Any people you would recommend?
Preferably, don't use any bounty.
All right. Any people you would recommend?
Well, our friend Schmitty seems to be pretty hooked into a lot of stuff going on.
Schmitty's fingers get all sorts of pies. Mostly because I make pies.
I imagine somehow Schmitty was right biased and he said, I make pies. And we overheard him saying that.
I just happen to make pies from preserves, apricot preserves, and quiche. Delicious quiche. The best pie.
Well. Yeah. What was her character's name again? Hey, Quill. While you were there at Mercedes' office, did it sound like maybe somebody was having some trouble with some mechanical stuff?
Oh no, he's going to go there. Like he's discussing it.
Oh, he's going. Oh, he's going. I thought he was there for just.
I need information so the negotiation goes better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. You could technically go there and offer your mechanics stuff. That could be your prep work. Going to basically offer your services to the police for repairing stuff.
Yeah, I can go there and try and help, like with some basic repairs. Maybe hopefully overhear some stuff as I do repair work.
Okay, make me a mechanics check while you're there. They're going to have you. So what they've done is they've set up in one of the locker rooms. They've used some of the mountings and stuff from one of the jails and one of the drug tanks from a police precinct and set it up to basically make a little cell block. So it's a little cell block made from basically shipping a drunk tank and then taking all the parts for it and converting it over here. They also have others, like a literal drunk tank, where they've taken parts from old cars and used the police, lock mechanisms to make, doors to these drunk tanks.
Yep.
It's a scavenged mess that sometimes needs to be repaired. Hinges need to be oiled, the keys need to be retooled.
Yep, and I offer to help out with that.
Yep, and that's what you're doing.
Mhm.
It works pretty well, but sometimes it needs those repairs. And you just happen to be there at the right time.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, I technically could use my special contact for information right now on this person. See if I can't use that again.
You could use that, yes. Because we can still be in. Yeah, you could do that. Now, the thing is, you get a spot about this job, Kiri. They're talking about the fact that the boss has already got some of the. There's basically a group of. There's one big swarm in the area in Denver. It travels up and down, east and west, all over. Basically, when something gets near that the casualties think is food, they follow it for a while and then eventually give up. People see it. It's a, really big swarm, at least like 50 plus casualties, which is part of the reason why people aren't really dealing with it because, 50 plus casualties.
That's a hell of a risk.
Yeah. You're not going to get much bounty out of it, if any. Or at least people would think so, because most of the time, yeah. The best bounty you can get out of a casualty is hope they have cards on them, hope they have a good cache of stuff. Or, strip the clothes, bleach the clothes, sell the cloth, because it's cloth, and cloth is somewhat valuable. But you guys aren't in any real negative market for clothing, so nobody really is doing that in this area. Either way, the thing is, it seems that Mercedes has already gotten several of the casualties from that swarm captured outside of a parking lot. She's got the tagged one, the ones that need to be tagged are already caught. It's just a matter of getting people out there to do it. So it's a job half done. Is the weak spot, which probably means that either somebody else already did it or something else. But yeah, you hear them talking about so they set it up, or they're talking about either somebody set it up or something. Point is, there's 10 to 20 casualties all just sitting out there, stuck in like bear traps or other things and aren't really moving around, that need to be tagged then released, which is in its own prospects kind of dangerous.
Why release? Would my character know why they would release that, or
Because she wants to release them back into the other 50 or so that are that big swarm.
right, so to better track them, right?
Yeah. It's basically, a weather forecast, but for zombies.
It's quite useful.
Because the thing is, remember, the only reason they sneak up on you isn't because they're dexterous or anything. It's because they don't make a sound. They don't make a sound. The only sound they make is the sound of their jaws clacking together when they're trying to eat you. Outside of that, it's quiet. It's why the Lost is really quiet outside of the Enclave. Which is also why, casualties come near the fence at times. Because sound attracts them.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yep. But you find out that's... So anyways, we do the first thing. Miss Mercedes has got her hair is a bit disheveled.
So I Do know that job.
Yeah, you know
Does
that.
anyone else want to do some more digging for this job for prep work?
Well, see, well, we first do one thing of prep work, then we do your thing,
Okay, got
and
it.
then we do another thing of prep work.
Also, could I go into this meeting with intel from my benefactors?
Yes, you can potentially go in with that.
Okay, before I go into the meeting, several hours before I go into the meeting, I'm going to contact my handler, and I'm going to say I need information on. I need the dossier on, and then I'm going to include the name of this Mercedes. Let's see, do we have a full name?
Yeah,
okay.
it's under the Stone Bowl information.
Mercedes Lee.
Mercedes Lee.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, when you get in, yeah, they'll just ping her a message. Basically, the DHQS will lean on her a bit.
No, I'm looking on intel for her, not actually leaning on her.
Okay. If you want actual intel,
Yeah.
they basically can give you. Let's see. So, with her position of power, the let's call it the weak spot of the lawman's curse. You know, balancing all of the legal matters because she's the sheriff now, so she's also technically one of the big and probably one of the, if not the only big judge for your enclave for any crimes that happens. So the lawman's curse.
Yeah.
So she's having to handle all of that.
So I can use that as a pressure point in the negotiations of hey, we'll make sure this gets done. Bloody, bloody, blah, stuff like how. But how would I use that in this negotiation? Would I just know kind of what keywords to use?
Well, so Seawall, I'll give you an example. So that's a weak spot. So you could either A, point out, we'll get this done, like they spit and be out of your hair.
Yeah.
You could say that. You could point in the fact that we'll be in and out quickly so you don't have to worry about it. That'd be applying down on the fact that, listen, if you hire us, we won't pressure you more on the work. Or
we just want to help.
Yeah. Or you could apply pressure on the fact that she's, this job is already half done. You can apply one per interaction. So, anyways, your first interaction, Mercedes, someone else has been dismissed, probably another taker crew, as your let-in will. She's adjusting her spectacles. She looks up at you. Vikings of the Damned? Yeah. Hi, Will.
Afternoon, Miss Lee.
What can you provide this business venture that I need done in, a certain amount of time?
Look, our crew runs pretty tight. We can work a lot quicker, and we do have an advantage that a lot of other taker crews haven't been really the advantage that get this job done. We've got somebody. We've got what is Kiri? What's the thing Kiri is? Yeah, we got a latent on our crew who's also a medic, so he will be much more efficient at tagging these things. Much less technically less risk for him. Still he can get mauled by them.
Mm-hmm.
But which means our crew can get this job done much more efficiently than almost any other crew out there. Sure, there are other crews that have latents on it, but none of them are our caliber. You did hear about our little operation pulling in all that wood recently?
Yes, I did.
So you see how we can work efficiently.
Yes, I do. Okay. Okay.
But that efficiency does come at a bit of cost. Basically, this is kind of the I'm trying to do the sell right now with the sell the crew, but we're going to cost a bit more than what you're offering.
So you're saying continue?
Look, you're offering from a couple of my sources have told me you're offering about 14 back. This is
Yes.
pretty dangerous. This is pretty dangerous work, and you want it done quickly because it's important for the Stone Bowl. And hey, my crew's got a vested interest in making sure this place stays safe, and the scavengers can keep bringing in the materials we need. So, if you want this job done right and quick, we're going to have to go higher. Do I need to do that roll now?
Yeah.
And this is what 10? Oh, a 2d10, and it's my
Persuasion.
And that's one of my good ones. Too bad I can't use sensitivity because then I can use that, and then I can get another +2 on that. Yep, I win. I think I'm charming her a little bit.
Well, that's an interesting proposition. If you got the chops for such a important job, but expediency is key. I want this forecast set up sooner rather than later. And quality is important, yes, but right now I need expediency.
Our guys can provide both, and you know that.
So now is anyone else going to do some prep work?
Guess I should. But I don't have any negotiation skills or anything.
You don't necessarily have
Neither
to use
do I.
negotiation
I use my
skill.
mechanical skills to try and figure something out.
I guess I can sneak. I guess I can sneak around town.
So you're going to try and skulk around listening in on people's conversations, Ty?
Pretty much.
Okay, roll that stealth. Ty is going to be listening in on people.
Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus, my rolls are shitty today.
yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Well, it's a match, so is that still a failure, or is that
That
only
is a
part?
failure.
Got it.
Yep.
Got him beat, not meat.
Beat, not meet. Exactly. You got to beat the red, not meet the red. Because you want to be in the black, not in the red or neutral. Thus, why one die in the physical set of the book is black, one's red. And the red's the one that you use for the difficulty. And you uncover some issues. You get caught up in gossip about Jim. You get caught up in gossip about your brother schmoozing with ladies.
I got to talk to him later.
You get caught up in gossip about other things. Ooh la la! Scandalous. There's supposedly they're saying that there's somebody from the DHQS here. Oh my! Oh, scandalous.
I will look into that. I will look into that later. But for now, I should.
Agents.
Say again.
Government agents. Excuse me. Yay, government agents. That's fun.
But right now, I should write down my new pet. But other than that, this is a waste of time.
Yep. Okay, now we're on to the second round of negotiation. So
I do know that the work is partially done.
Yep. Now you actually have to incorporate like the weak spot, etc., into what you're saying.
Got it. We'll incorporate the weak spot. So I already used the job is already partially done. She just needs it finished. That was the first one. So this is where I'm going to use the weak spot.
Yeah, you need to incorporate the fact that. Yep. So go for it. Go, Seawall. I believe in you.
Let's see how to incorporate this. Look, Sheriff.
Mm.
I know you're busy. You're pretty much the only law we have in this town. And you've seen us through a lot of pretty dark times.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just trying to continue doing that work, and I believe in that myself, trying to keep this place safe. Technically true, out of character, technically true. My character wants his place taken over by the DHQS in the end.
Define safe. Anyways, yeah. She's nodding. Okay.
And as I said, you got a lot of this job's important, but you got a lot of other important things that need your attention every day. You hire our crew. If you hire our crew, we'll get it. We can get it done, and you can rest assured that that the work will get done quickly, efficiently, and properly. And then you can focus on what else needs to be done to keep this place safe.
Okay. That's fair enough. Make that persuasion check.
Still succeeding.
Okay. 2. Okay. Okay. Let's get straight to the point. Will, are you going to take this job or not?
Is this that endpoint?
Yeah. She.
What is she willing to offer in bounty? Did she go up from from the original offer?
Well, to answer that question, when you make your final check, when you accept the job, if you pass, you'll be getting paid at, hazard pay. If you fail, you'll be getting paid at labor.
Which is the lower?
Yeah,
Failing
is labor. Passing is hazard pay. 100% markup is, the next, and the best one you could potentially get is expenses, where expenses is really good because the client covers not only all the other stuff that they normally pay for, but they also cover all of your upkeep costs.
Okay, so we've already gotten beyond buyer's market. Is labor after buyer's market?
Yeah, labor's after buyer's market.
So I've already gotten it above buyer's market.
Yes.
Okay, so basically,
your first check put you at value, and then your second check put you at labor. And since she starts at expensive and moves down 1 each round, you meet her at hazard pay at the same time she reaches hazard pay. So it's hazard pay or labor. Got it.
So, and I'll say, and that is that the impression I'm getting as a character that she's gone up. Look, it's not the best pay, but also getting in her good graces is probably a good long-term investment. I'm presuming doing jobs for NPCs and doing them well, even if it isn't the best pay, long-term actually can get you rapport with them.
Get you rapport. 2 can get you other jobs. 3, to be fair, like buyer, at value is basically what they're initially offering it at, which is, you're 1 above that at, which is labor, even if you fail. So, and I think, so make me a leadership check.
A leadership check?
Yep.
Got it.
If you're going to accept the job.
I will be accepting the job, and I'll say, I believe we'll take this job. And if this fails, I don't get hazard pay, but I get labor. If I succeed, I get hazard. Correct?
Yes.
I'll go. I think I can speak for the Vikings that we can take this job.
Good. Then, once you've taken care of it.
Don't succeed, but I got labor.
Yep. So let's see. So first up, I'll add in the bounty for the job. So you're now up to, at the end of the session, okay, Then we just need to subtract everybody's upkeep. She covers your breaking point, which is the nice thing. Which basically means she's covering, for most of you, a nice piece of your bounty. Let's see. So Ty, it's going to take 10 off. Let's get this John. Let's see. What are you guys going to walk away with at the end of the day?
A bunch of bites.
I mean, that too. But on the plus side, it could be worse. I mean, yeah. You guys are going to be rolling in them doughs. Rolling in that cash.
So we actually are getting decent pay out of this.
Yeah. That's I'm calculating up, and I've factored in your wood pricing. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see, 63. That's for Jumbo.
We also got that investment minimum. We're getting 20 out of that, unless it completely falls through.
Crit fail. Well, it can't crit fail, so that's the good news.
Got it.
I mean,
So
crit failing involves the. I can't necessarily roll a pair of 3s on that when one of the dice is already a 4. Keep that in mind. Like, that's one of the things I realize on how the rules actually work for investment. You should never not invest when it's an even number because it can't crit fail. Just because of how the mechanics work. Because if it can't crit fail, the worst, you're going to only make back half, which, yeah, sucks. But, because that's the other thing. But that also means it can crit succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the odd ones, the odd risk ones are the ones where, it can fail.
Mm-hmm.
Critically. Okay, and let's see. And let's see what you guys are going to be walking away with before you guys get any loot from things. Oh, yeah. How? Paying employees, everything. Okay. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice haul. Yeah, okay. Well, and you guys have covered your costs for everything else.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got work to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, your job's going to take you out east over into near the Congress Park.
Okay.
We set up some other things, some traps and other stuff. Generally, just be careful. They are probably in a torpor state at this point, but you still want to be careful when approaching them.
Of course, we'll have our medic handle most of that, with the rest of us just kind of keeping an eye on it. We'll try to limit any doing any damage. Out of curiosity, would you happen to have any equipment, any dog catching equipment we could borrow for this job?
Well, that's what I was about to get to. Is this? Here you go. It's what you're going to be using to tag them. You have now been provided what can best be described as a spear. It's a little spear. A spear. You stab. It's basically one of those things that you use to tag a shark. You jab it into the fin, except it's been modified probably to basically be jabbed into a person's back.
Mm-hmm.
We also have some, if you're feeling ballsy, we have a few more. There's 10 for the spear. We also have 5 that you can just clip on. And finally, we have some RFID tag bolts. She hands you a pair of bolts. So you could either, if you had a crossbow or a bow, you could launch those into them. I don't know if you have those, but
unfortunately,
that's on the to-do list.
I've had plans of picking up a crossbow. It just to get a good one, it costs a little bit, and I've got to get some training in.
Oh yes, I know. But you can still make use of them. Stab them in like a knife.
Okay.
Good luck.
So looking at the zombies, like how far away are they from one another?
Well, you're not. You gotta have to get there. That's going to be part of the journey, And for that, it's going to be a. It's going to be a. No, it's going to be a 4-leg journey there at least. Get over there, do the work, and then get back. And. But to answer that question, she doesn't know how the people set up the traps. So there's your answer.
Yeah.
On that side, like, how close together are they? I don't know.
What's the plan of releasing them after the tagging's done?
Yep.
That's up to you guys. You guys get the fun task of trying to figure out how to release a bunch of casualties without them following you.
Well, they can't move quickly, right?
They do not move quickly, correct.
We just sprint. You release, run, you sprint, and then it'll lose interest.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
You just need to be careful and get it and be a decent safe distance away because they do flail, and though they're not fast, once you're close enough, they don't get necessarily faster. It's just that they get incentivized because food. Quote unquote food.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So your current job is going to be taking you to Congress Park over there. I moved the objective marker so you know where you're going. Okay. Now then, you guys pack up. You get a hug from your brother.
Well, I haven't my life stuff yet.
Yes, you also have your life event. You have one life event, so you can go talk to your special important person.
Yep. Might as well say goodbye to my sister.
Yep. Well, you've done 2 events, so, but yes,
that
you
was
can
true.
say because you did the.
The prep work as well.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna get. Yeah, so Seawall technically can do stuff, and so can Jimpan. So Jimpan, you could talk to your special someone, or you could just say you talk to them. You don't necessarily have to do a scene, but yes. Do you want to do a scene?
I was talk to them.
Okay.
Talk to him.
Yes. I agree, Sven.
Yeah.
I agree. This is a hard life.
Yeah.
This is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I am tired.
Yeah.
I will sleep now. Goodbye, Sven.
Goodbye.
Sleep. Puts his hand on your face. Olaf puts his hand on your face and tries to close your eyes. Good sleep, Sven. Sleep. You. What the fuck did I just do? What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah. The hand on your face reminds you of the clammy claws of a casualty clawing at your face. Because he's been working and helping with the ice truck. It's a ice cream truck that they've modified to produce ice during summer to help keep the place cool. So it's a fun thing. Yeah, and you're going to go talk to Ginny. Well, Ginny looks at you.
Genie, yeah.
Ginny.
Yeah. So yes.
She stares at you. You stare at her.
Well, Will walks into their, I guess the equivalent would be of an apartment or whatever the hell it is.
Yes, it is an apartment. It is made from half of an old school bus.
We have like a couple of cots, little table. Well, Gene, I'm going on a mission for the sheriff.
Oh, you're the one taking that job.
Yep,
Oh,
got to get some decent pay out of it too. Not the best. Potentially could have gotten better, but negotiations don't always go perfectly, unfortunately.
well, I hope you can make the most of it. It's a pretty useful job. It will help a lot of the other taker crews out. They can avoid that
Yeah.
mass.
Oh yeah. Also, can hopefully get me in good graces with the council.
Oh, you're trying to get and go with the council, trying to get up to actually get into one of their high jobs. Or are you trying to get on one of the caravan trades?
You know what? You know why we do it. You know who pays us.
I mean, I know who pays you, and I
And
technically
then
know who pays me.
yeah, and last time I checked, when I pulled your ass out of that file, you were transferred to be my analyst.
Yeah, I was your analyst, and I technically still am your analyst, but that doesn't mean you can call me your analyst. Now, you are here to talk about something else, or are you just talking about work?
It's just been a long week having to run around getting information. Apparently our little wood run has caused the markets to shift again.
Yeah, well, what did you expect?
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to be sending around like this, you could help me out with something.
Oh,
Yeah, when you're out there, can you see about hitting up here? You're heading out
I'll
over
give her the
to
details.
Congress Park, yeah?
Yeah, that's the location we got to get to. That's where the traps are set up.
Okay, here. She's going to show you on their laptop a map, the city, and ping a spot.
Mhm.
Here, there's a store here that's got some things that would be useful for electronics and things.
What are you getting at with that? Are you trying to make a new upload?
No, not at all. I just happen to want to have some spare parts around.
I'll see what I can do when I'm out there.
Thank you. That'd be lovely. You
Oh.
be safe now.
Also, something I picked up wasn't easy to find. And he holds up and this is kind of reference to last session since we took that fraction that we each got of a bounty, and we kind of splurged on a few things.
Yes.
Took me a little while, but Schmitty was able to find some. And he's holding up her favorite type of tea.
Oh, that's just what I needed to relax.
Well, he's still holding on to it. Promise you won't take it. Promise you won't take any jobs. I already had to pull your ass out of the fire once.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
You damn MI6 agents. Here. Just make sure to keep in contact. Just make sure to keep in contact. Just make sure to keep in contact with the captain, and we'll be fine.
Oh, pish posh, yeah. Darn Yankees with your rules and regulations. Get out there and enjoy your job. I mean, enjoy, quote unquote.
Yep.
And,
Then as he goes over to his little weapons locker and he pulls out the extra mags that he just got with the extra ammo. Hope I don't need to use these.
oh, of course you won't. What's the worst that could be out there?
A horde.
What's the worst that could be there? And thus the scene ends as all of you come to the gate. The heavy football gates are lifted up. They've been set onto tracks that are very meticulously greased to make sure they make as little noise as possible. And they slowly, relatively silently roll gently
Yeah.
open. And you guys step out back into the Lost. And that's when it takes you over again. It's, as always, quiet.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you never quite get used to. It's a subtleness to the fact that when you step outside of the football stadium that is your home for the last few years, the din and the sound of it is muffled by the gate, by everything else.
Mhm.
There are just like one or two casualties kind of wandering around that people are waiting to see if they come near the gate that they're kind of ignoring.
Yep.
But it's outside of, and even then, those casualties, they don't make a sound. They just kind of stumble about. One of them gets near the fence, gets a spear to the head. They'll probably send somebody down to bleach the entire area where it was,
Mhm.
strip the clothes, bleach them at least once more, and then bleach them again. And then, somebody will have a new shirt and pants.
So, is my little side mission that I've been sent on part of the third or fourth, or it's part of the fourth leg?
It's part of the third leg. You'll be passing by an electronic shop. Yeah, so it's going to be as you guys head off to the east, this is the question. Are you going to take the streets, or are you going to steer onto the highway?
I say we just stick to the regular roads, not the highway. What do you guys think?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Look, we're not doing a big haul. We're not we're not driving a vehicle. We're just kind of on foot, tagging a few things. If we happen to cross any good salvage, we'll grab it, and then we'll hike on back.
That's what entire interludes are about. Salvage.
Yep.
Delicious.
So could we do that interlude at the third leg so that it kind of fits in with my stuff? Or is mine completely separate, Diplo?
It would be something that you would not want to do an interlude with.
Okay, got it. So I say let's put our interlude at the second leg.
Yeah.
Since we'll kind of be...
So like the halfway point?
Yeah, about the halfway point.
I think that's what we did last time, I think.
Yep.
No, we did the third last time. That's when we found the vehicle.
Well, that was actually the third leg, but yeah. As you guys get there, as you guys are heading out, you're going down the streets. You're heading past Lincoln Park. You come across what is a choke point. It was set up. There's some impromptu military barricades mixed with the terrain. And the thing is that really sets it up is that this is set up down a street corner. And it looks like some explosives were triggered to basically bury that street. So, you guys are going to be heading past this, but you can see this blown out street that somebody crumbled the rubble on. The thing is, this side route used to be, like a blockade. Back in, people were noted oh, there's so much rubble here that it's, not really possible to cross. But thanks to a combination of, 5 years since the crash and wear and tear, the rubble's kind of, broken down, chips have been taken away. There's a path through the avalanche of basically exploded building sides that you could use to take a shortcut. A nice little shortcut that would get you through the area quicker.
So we can take a shortcut. Would that remove a leg from our journey?
Would the shortcut take a leg out of your journey? Mechanically, no. But what it would let you guys do is, explore and see if there's anything in all that rubble, because it's cleared enough that you can finally actually, there could be, bounty amongst all the. Based on the fact that there's an APC still staying out there, there's probably some military guys' bodies, or some early stage casualties and vectors that got crushed in that rubble, which means bounty. Guns or bounty buried in the rubble. Depends on what's in there, but it would have to you'd have to go through this shortcut. Now the thing is, that's the thing. If you're taking the shortcut, you get to also loot the stuff that's finally available, or you can just skip it and not loot it.
Look, this is the first time this has probably been seen as open.
Yeah, the erosion's finally done enough damage to make this path open.
Look, it's a risk. There's a lot of unknowns in there, but we could take the risk. We could get some good bounty out. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
So high alert, weapons out, weapons free.
Yeah.
All right.
I get ready to assume the sprinter position if needed.
I pull out my shotgun as pretty much the last resort, as well as my donkey shotgun.
Yep. And
I
you
get
guys,
my rifle.
and you guys head into the rubble. The very first thing is, after you pass by the barricades, the military barricades, you see corpses. These are long dead corpses, obviously.
Can I do an awareness check? Make sure these aren't casualties in torpor, since this area's been cut off for a while. A lot of them could be in torpor.
Well, you don't really need to make that, considering that they are currently skeletal.
Oh, basically, it's just a little bit of rotten flesh
Here and there.
skeletal, and mostly skeleton. Yeah, got it.
It's been 5 years.
I'm guessing when you do a salvage check on what remains of their clothing.
If you want, but as I still have a bit more description to go through. Yeah, they have weather damaged military gear. There's something as the choke point. And Will and everyone's favorite, Jimbo. You could recognize that a lot of the wounds that are on the skeletons from gunshots and knife wounds were self-inflicted. As you're getting in deeper into what looks like a military choke point, you realize that there's a small tent set up. It's a triage station. These, you know what these are called, all of you. It's a wait and see, where the military broke out into a fight about what to do with potentially infected people.
Quarantine.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Some people wanted to just put them down. Other people wanted to quarantine / wait and see. Thus,
I would have been surprised if my character was actually at one of these bases, or a base like this at one point. Yeah.
And it's called a wait and see massacre. It's it's a nasty sight as you're going through skeletonized corpses that have basically been shooting each other or themselves after everything broke down. And from what happened, it seems they had some charges to basically detonate if the place went south. And somebody decided that, this went too far and blew it.
My character's going to start collecting dog tags.
You can make me, with the amount of you guys here, 2 of you can make salvage checks.
I've got a +2 to my salvage thanks to my glasses, and I think someone else has a salvage, halfway decent salvage on their own.
That'd be a tie, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm engaging the salvage. I think I actually do salvage.
Yeah, we both do.
Okay. So first up,
Nice.
1 and okay. As you guys are salvaging, first up, let's add. Okay. Wow, those are some shitty rolls on my part for what you actually get. Well, the first thing you find is a pistol. Let's see. What did you guys roll? Oh, wow. Okay. It's a decent quality pistol. It is out of charges, so it's out of bullets. It's in good condition. And combined with that good condition, it also has one mod of your choice. Ty?
I need a pistol just so I can fight without alerting anyone.
Suppressor.
Yeah, there we go. Suppressor.
So, yep, go put on your sheet pistol and then mark in suppressor. And then fill in all its charges because it's out of ammo. And the other thing you find is an assault rifle, guys.
I find an assault rifle.
Yeah. It's also out of charges, but it's in good condition. And it also has one mod on it of your choice.
So is this just straight up called? Is this just a rifle?
It should be probably assault rifle or something like that.
There's heavy rifle and there's just rifle. There's no assault rifle, which means I would say
heavy rifles are like anti-material rifles. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Materialism and bounties, page 232. Because it may be under.
Well, if it's a military assault rifle, it should automatically come with the automatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it have one other upgrade other than automatic?
Let's see. Let me just take a look. Yeah. Would it be? Let's see. Nice.
And what is
rifle.
pistol called, by the way?
It's just pistol.
Well, if you want kind of details, it would more than likely be an M9. Otherwise, which would be the standard issue pistol of the U.S. military, I believe, at the time.
But to answer your question, Sewell, it is a rifle with automatic, yes, automatically, because that's what it has, and then it has one other upgrade, yes. That's what rifle is.
You guys okay with me taking this?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
And it'll have a tactical sling.
Okay, so mark out those two things.
I have no enough gun as it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it also, of course, is out of charges as well, as noted.
Yep. Yeah, my character picks up the rifle, takes a look at it, and he actually checks it really quickly, and seems to have a very good understanding of this thing.
Yep, you have a gun.
Yep, I've got a second gun now, and he throws a sling over. He's now got a single point sling with the M4. M4, good condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, so good. As you're doing this, I'd like to do an awareness check. Everybody's giving me an awareness check, just to, like, see if I see anything moving towards us while.
No, but as you guys are continuing through and searching through the bodies, all of you need to make me a self-control check. Okay.
Nope.
Curie failed.
I fail.
Ty failed.
Wow, we did not do well.
Okay. Well, you all take. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how badly. Okay. So those are okay. Okay. So Seawall and Ty both take 1 stress to detachment because, it still sucks to see all these people that have died in such a situation.
Yep.
You have to detach yourself from the scene. These are other fellow human beings, etc.
Yeah. Well, also these in his eyes are his, in a sense, brothers in arms. He is military.
Yep. So
I've been taking dog tags wherever I can find them, and I'll be actually spending time saying, okay, confirm death of this person with command lead, so at least their families, whoever survives, can be notified.
Yep. Speaking of which, as I was going to say, so yeah, you guys take 1 detachment, and Jimpan and Kiri, you both take an additional 1 detachment.
So we take 2 detachment?
Yep. This is a detachment level 2 check. Yep. Seawall's a bit more hardened to this, so it's only a 1 for him. But and Ty's yeah, this is going to it's not a good sight. As like, oh yay, hey, we got a pair of guns that are in good condition, out of bullets, but nice,
Yep.
and 2 bounty.
Oh, nice.
I'll avenge you.
Yeah.
One day, soldiers. But for now, may you rest in peace.
And your journey continues as you finish taking the shortcut after gathering this loot. It was a nice little excursion for some benefits.
So,
Okay, so
so
yeah, you guys head in. You're passing by Lincoln Park. This new shortcut will make things easier, actually, for people.
nice.
Uh,
So we found a little bit of nice salvage. How many tags did I get in the end?
5.
So only 5 tags seem to have survived.
Yeah, probably some of the others were taken. Tags are bounty, after all.
Yeah, I
You
am
could
not.
technically turn those
I
into
am.
bounty.
I'm not turning them into bounty. I was grabbing them if I could at all possible. Do it quietly without anyone.
You can make me a criminality check then.
Crit fail.
You guys can all see that Will is gathering up the dog tags.
Nice dog tags you have there.
Planning on posting their information on the net when we're done with this. Maybe get some closure to some families.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you guys continue on.
Just be careful where you flash those things. I heard some government agents have been sneaking around town as we should just be careful.
Not surprised. Not surprised. They have a tendency to want to keep an eye on what was once theirs.
True, but still, just be careful, all of you.
Yeah.
No one realizes the truth yet.
Passing through Lincoln Park, you hit you guys start heading under a series of apartment complexes that have got rope bridges and other things set up between them as you're heading down this one street. So you guys have uncovered what probably at one point was a enclave, or maybe still is an enclave, but you're not hearing much sound.
And this. Did we find this after going through the shortcut?
Well, after you continue through the shortcut on Lake 2, you
Got
guys
it. Okay.
are hit. That's the thing. That's why I'm saying you've moved on to Lake 2. You've hit this series of apartment buildings and other tall buildings that have been set up
Yeah.
with basically bridging and other things set up. There's this construction spreads out in probably about 500 yards around. So across, a good 3 or 4 buildings on each side of the street, and then interconnecting bridges between them. Some of them are rope bridges. There's some worn stuff. You can see as you guys are going down the street a decent sized bell and what looks like a pulley system that says ring for entry.
It's not, at least right now.
Oh, I'll mark it. I'll mark this location on our map.
Yep.
And I don't think we should ring it. If some guards say who yells who goes there, we'll talk to them. But I think we just kind of continue since.
Yeah,
Look,
we're on a job.
Yeah, we're on job. We're not traitors. We'll mark it on the map and pass it along to council. Let them know, hey, you may want to investigate this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I do an awareness check to see if I notice if it's just like there's being very quiet?
I'll be right back, Seawall, then I'll give you an answer. I need to take a quick bio break.
No problem. Oh, something I forgot to mention when my character was taking the dog tags. He's not taking the full tags. He's removing one.
Yes, that secondary one.
Yeah, he removes the secondary one and the primary one. He's jamming in their teeth.
Yeah,
It's
standard military procedure.
Yep, he's following the standard military procedure with the.
Yeah, I'm back. And to answer your question, it could be a good idea, but you don't know if this enclave is even still active. It's pretty to your own.
Yeah.
So there's the thing, like you would need to investigate.
Yeah. And I don't want. And I was just thinking, could I do an awareness check, see if I hear any movement, see if it's just like it's a mostly abandoned, if there's just some people. Otherwise, I'll just mark this on the map and we'll pass it along to the council as a hey, we found this what we presume is an abandoned enclave. May want to send a scout group to check it out.
Okay.
So marking that.
You guys could do that as well.
Yeah. Right now.
I mean, I'm pointing out, like, yeah, it may be really bad for you. It may be really good. Both options are available. It's one of those things where it depends on how you want to handle it.
Well, first, I would like to do kind of, if we're going to poke at this, I would like at least to do an awareness check. Kind of check around, see if there's any obvious signs of battle or if this, or overrun.
To answer that question, roll an awareness.
I'm at least mostly aware.
Yeah. You can very safely say that, one, either this enclave's population, which was probably decently large, has shrunk a lot, and that's why it's super quiet. Also because, they're still up in the air. But they don't want to attract casualties to get into the buildings because that'd be annoying to get them out. So either they're quiet because of that, it's been abandoned, or it's been deserted. All three of them are potentially both very good and very bad. Two of them mean there's a bunch of loot that you just have to get upstairs to get to. One of them means that ringing that bell is a good idea. You just don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, ringing the bell is going to attract casualties. If I think in this situation, it's better to ask forgiveness than to request permission. What do you guys think?
How you figure?
Look, we didn't see any obvious signs of. Let's say we try and open the door, and there's some guard on the other side saying, "Hey, who the hell?" We say, "Sorry, we thought this place was abandoned."
Let me see if I could look around real quick before we
No problem.
check do anything.
Yep. Yeah, you can make me a scavenge check then, Ty, while you're looking around. Because that'll represent you actually investigating even closer. As you're looking between the various buildings, you can tell that, some of them, what they've done is they've actually poured some concrete into the staircases. So you can quickly, as you're looking through these 8 buildings that are interconnected, and these are big, like 12-story buildings. The first thing is these interconnected buildings, basically the ones on the south side of the street, the the staircases up have been filled with concrete. They have some elevators, which you can see that have been set up for you to be able to climb them at one point. So there was probably ladders that are rolled up near the top. So they literally use ladders to get up and down. And that's what you get as you're scavenging around on the south side. So there's no staircase to get up. And thus there's no guards down there. As you check out the north side, 2 of the buildings have blocked off entrances, just completely blocked off. And one of them is not blocked off of the north ones and is in a similar state as the south ones. And the final one has an actual staircase. It's been set up. It takes you a bit to get around. You have to go through a side entrance, etc. You have to step over some stuff. You avoid a tripwire that you're not sure what it goes to, and it's there. But you leave it alone because it's probably best just to leave it alone, not touch it.
All right, so the building over there, all the buildings over there is pretty much the stairway's been blocked off via concrete, and there's a ladder through the elevator, but someone has to roll it down. So it is a possibility they could be up there, but we would need them to roll down the ladder, as well as this building over here. And the last building is an end. We could go upstairs, but it's like an end loop around, including a tripwire. So maybe that's a trap, just in case of bandits or, God forbid, cannibals.
Yeah. Which then begs the question, if you saw all that stuff there, what exactly would happen if we just opened the door? We might open up a trap on ourselves.
That is a good question.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I vote not to open the door.
Look, based on what you're describing, this place, it's either, if they're going this far for security, I think it would be better if we sent out a more official envoy. Something that is less threatening than a bunch of guys with guns.
Yeah.
Takers.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily threatening.
Yeah.
I mean, you're takers. It's kind of your jobs.
Look, we've got a job to do.
Yep.
The amount of time it would take us to properly investigate this safely, we don't got it.
Yeah. By the time we investigate this safely, we probably the herd probably would have moved on. So yeah.
Well, as you guys pass through and leave it alone, you can all make me self-control checks again. Because that's the downside. It's a smart move to ignore this right now, but at the same time, you're passing off potentially a second job. Or making a good, no matter how you look at it, you're passing up being the people that introduce yourselves to this enclave, which could put you in their good graces.
Or this could be a place that is full of casualties that are in torpor.
Yeah, or it could be a place full of loot. No matter how you look at it, it's either we be super, super quiet because it's, a bad place, or other things. How you look at it, it's not something that you necessarily want to. Those of you that pass, take no stress. Kiri, you still need to roll.
What are we rolling?
Self-control.
Those of you who pass, that take none. Those of you that fail, take 1 stress to your stress post.
So how many of us passed?
1 is
2 of us.
the first roll.
Say again?
Why is 1 always the first roll?
You take 1 to your stress track, Ty.
All right. So everyone but Seawall passed.
And Jimpan.
Jimpan and Seawall passed. You failed, and so did Kiri. So you both take 1 stress because it's like you're all stressed out in your own ways.
So we're getting to the interlude.
And now your interlude. And anybody can start the interlude. And if you want, I can always pull up the random roll chart for interludes.
I'm curious as to what we'll get with this one.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see, Kiri. Who wants to sow doubt about becoming a taker?
We kind of are doing that, so
Yep. And wait. And let's see what the other response is. 10. And who wants to respond with an apathetic response to this situation? I'm sorry, that's perfect. Guys, I think being a taker sucks because we have to deal with zombies
Yeah.
and shit.
And what else is new?
Well, my character does actually, his soft spot actually kind of does cover. So it actually fits that, because the thing is, his weakness and his soft spot actually, in a sense, can screw with each other at point. So my guy was, he's just kind of looking around, probably looking over some recently completely chewed up takers and go, Jesus. God, no. I really don't know if I should try and find something. Because, well, I know that could be me tomorrow.
Yeah, but you have your girl to take care of, right?
Yeah, but if I get knocked out, she's probably going to do something stupid.
Listen, she does something stupid, she does something stupid. Just try not to get knocked out. That's the key thing. Listen, I have a little brother. If I get knocked out, who knows what he's going to do? Including starve to death, because last time I checked, you can't take your jobs at 13 years old. So, just, if you worry about getting knocked out, then yes, Shaker's life is not for you. But as long as you with this crew, you will take the jobs. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound like a complete asshole.
It's just one of those days. Having to dig through corpses is never fun.
Yeah, but what do we expect from the outside world?
Yep. Flashing back.
Until we can find a cure for this mess, or involves enough guns to blow it all sky high, we just gotta accept this. Now if you excuse me, I should prep my dronky just in case we have to battle away through 100 zombies.
Yep.
Please kill me. That's why I love the PA system. You can basically give it a bunch of random voice clips to play.
And my character's kind of flashing back to when he was at. I actually did double check this. Wait, no, this is in Mississippi, so Mississippi is safe. I've got to choose a different state.
What side is the Mississippi on the river? I forget.
The Mississippi is on the east side,
Then
so
yes,
it's safe.
safe.
Sorry, he was in. My character was in Corpus Christi, specifically Naval Air Station Corpus Christi, when the infection fell. He was one of the last officers that was still on the base that escaped. I'm thinking my guy's maybe like a lieutenant or something like that.
Oh, an officer! My character's gonna hate you even more.
He's Navy intel, man. He's Navy intel that's been attached to the DIA. He was one of the volunteers that was willing to go back in. So yeah, and he was one of the he was organizing what remained of the personnel when he was trying to evacuate the.
Anyways, yeah, you guys continue on from your leg 3 onto leg 4, and in leg 4,
Well, leg 3, I've got to do that side check, or is it leg 4 that I'm doing the side check?
Hi Tifa. Well, no, you don't need to make a check. You'll find the little electronics store. You'll find some electronics and stuff, some wires.
So I don't even need to do a check. I just stepped
Yeah, you
in
just
there.
find some stuff. Yeah, it's basically what you guys are doing. You're talking about this stuff while doing it. You know, oh yeah, it. You know, it's stuff that people don't really need. It's not major bounty. It's little trinkets,
tchotchkes, but stuff she can salvage parts for our little operation.
Yeah, and as you make it on the leg 4, you guys all notice something. Dogs. Lots of dogs. It's a mob of dogs. Large amount of sizes, large amount of breeds. They're keeping their distance.
Do we know if dogs can become casualties?
No, dogs can't become
Only
casualties.
humans.
Yeah, there's a large amount of dogs though, and they're watching you. They're big dogs and little dogs and medium dogs, and they're all relatively healthy looking, and they're keeping their pace with you. Yeah?
They're looking for food.
Yeah.
But they're watching you, and they're following.
I take the suppressor off my pistol.
Oh no.
Wait.
If you got the ability for weapons to be loud, make sure they're.
Wait.
Let's get some distance first, because once you pull your pistol, all hell's gonna break loose. You know that, right?
I'm not going to shoot them. I'm not an idiot. I'm just removing the suppressor, so that if I have to use it, it's going to scare them off with the loud noise.
I have a shotgun.
The more, the merrier. Click.
Let's keep going.
How far away are we from the dogs?
The dogs themselves are keeping probably 1 or 2 paces from you.
They're a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah, in mechanical terms. So basically, if one of you fires up a shot, the rest of the dogs can rush you, and there's a good 20 of them or so. So but they're definitely watching you, and as you guys are moving closer and closer to your destination, Congress Park, you're seeing more of them. As this journey continues, and you can smell meat cooking. Meat.
I look around.
Awareness check.
No. You turn a corner and you see an older lady. She's got a pot and she's cooking meat.
Is it the same older lady?
No, much different. This one kind of looks like you describe a babushka. She's got that type of dress to her. She's got a little laptop set up on a desk next to her. She's stirring the pot. And you notice the dogs are also around her as well. And she pets one of the dogs happily. And there's a good probably 20, 30 dogs around you guys as she pets one and smiles up at all of you. She occasionally stops stirring and feeding the dogs to check on the camera feed on her laptop. And you can see there's, dogs that you guys didn't notice that were watching you, and there's other dogs probably in the area, and you can see that they bark, lure casually away and into a trap. So she's using the dogs to protect.
Oh, she's our contact, or part of the job.
She's not in the
Okay.
right area for the job.
Okay, got it. She's doing something similar. I see.
Kinda.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Okay, so no reason not to be friendly. I'll put my pistol away. We'll reattach the presser, then put the pistol away, since she's clearly the master of these things.
Yeah. She looks up at you and smiles. Oh, hello.
does she have
Good
all her
afternoon.
teeth?
Yes, she has most of her teeth. And by most, that would be all, because you're not certain if she's got any false teeth or not.
So she looks to be in fairly good health.
Yes. The woman's probably in her 60s or 70s. Oh, hello,
Wow.
dearies.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Sorry to intrude on you. We're just passing through. We're doing some work for our enclave.
Oh, that's fine. That's just fine. What are all of you doing out here, though, besides work?
Pretty much just that.
Oh. Well, that's just disheartening. Do you need anything, lads? Or are you hungry?
No, thank you. We've got
Oh.
plenty of rations, and we're on a clock. So
Well, that's fair enough.
As for like, can I like visually see what it is she's cooking, or am I just too far away to see?
No, you guys can approach. As you
Yeah.
approach, some
I
of the
mean, like
dogs-
without getting closer. Like if I was
No,
already
you're gonna
close
have to
enough.
get closer.
I'm not going to get much closer than what my teammates are at.
I'm standing nearby-ish, maybe basically enough
Outside.
range that I guarantee, if I have to, I can guarantee a shot with my pistol.
So like maybe twice.
Why don't you
arm's
all
range.
come down and sit down and eat with me for a bit? It'll be nice.
Sorry, we're already on the
Ah.
clock, ma'am.
Oh.
Sorry about it.
We're on a clock. We're just
You can
passing
all
through the
make a
area.
research check.
One of the things I'm not very good at.
Come on!
Kiri doesn't know anything.
Why? Why does the one have to keep?
Apparently, I succeeded. Apparently, I succeed.
Jimpan, and so Sven and Will both recognize this old lady as she ladles some of the food out for the dogs. She smiles up at all of you. You recognize her as Alpha. She's one of the original takers.
Oh, she's kind of a legend in the area then.
Not like legend in the loss. Like she retired as a taker and basically travels around breeding dogs.
Wait.
Mhm.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're Alpha?
Uh,
the legend?
You don't know that.
You didn't
Oh,
recognize it.
never mind.
Yeah.
I
mean,
didn't
once
realize. I didn't realize that I was going to bump into a celebrity today. You're Alpha.
That's too fun.
well, you're a well-known taker. I hear that you do a pretty damn good job in dog breeding.
Oh, it's true. Someone's going to take care of these lovelies.
Well, it means that if someone takes care of them, it means they're less likely to form feral packs
That wouldn't be good
take
at all,
out.
would it?
No, it wouldn't. No, I mean, I would love to continue chatting, but unfortunately, we are on a clock. If you're interested, does she happen? He basically kind of taps something as you expects. The location of our enclave's over there.
Oh, that's where your enclave is. Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
we're from the Stone Bowl.
Oh, Stone Bowl. Lovely people.
Yeah,
Oh.
great market. Great market.
Would you boys be willing to donate some rations?
I'd be willing to give. I would be willing to give a couple. I got plenty of spare rations. I'm more than happy to hand her a couple. Just be kind and friendly.
Make sure you all should have marked off 4 charges of rations already.
Yep.
Because it's been 4 legs.
Yep.
you
I'd be willing to give
guys-
her 2 rations. I'd be willing to chuck her 2 of my rations since I don't need the other. Since I don't need them.
Okay, 2 rations. Okay.
Offer
You gonna donate
a
any
ration.
rations?
I'll offer up a ration.
Same here.
Sure. Go on.
So you have to come over to the pot because she is an old lady.
Yep. Walk over. I drop a couple of I don't know if we do MREs or if it's like some canned food or whatever.
Some of it's jerky, some of it's canned food, some of it's would be pickles, etc. Obviously, since it's dogs, you have to give stuff that's
I give her more meat.
yeah, it's gonna probably be more of your jerky and stuff.
Though I will probably provide a little bit of hardtack, which she'll eat.
Yeah, she smells. Oh, thank you, dears. That's lovely. Oh, and you guys get snuggled by dogs.
Even me?
Everybody gets snuggled by dogs.
I'm
Agreed.
guessing
See?
because we gave her rations, they have a positive disposition towards us now.
Yes, everybody can heal 1 humanity thing. So you can either heal,
So
just
1
one
detachment.
damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1
you can do your
detachment
1
drop.
detachment
Yeah.
seal. So everybody can heal 1.
I guess I'll probably be hanging out with a couple of the more military German shepherds that somehow survived.
Yes. If anybody that donated a ration can heal 1, but only 1, because you're helping out, and the doggos like you.
Doggos.
Hey.
Yes, there's about 100 of them. She's got a lot of doggos, and they all have GoPros.
Damn.
She's set.
Well, actually, if we can convince her to settle down in Stone Bowl, that could increase our security significantly because they can patrol around.
Plus, give her and her dogs a good chance to get some good sleep together.
Good place to rest. They could pair dogs off with security. That would increase the protection of Stone Bowl. So I would suggest that she swings by there, see if she would like to try and settle down there for a little while, since it's a safe and very advanced enclave.
Oh, maybe, dearies. Oh, but first, I have a gift for you.
Oh,
And then she pulls out a puppy and hands it to you.
Aw.
It's a puppy. You have 1 ex-puppy.
Who wants to add to their sheet?
Can
I can't, though. I have the drunkie.
Me?
Yep, Chimpan wants it. It's Sven's dog now. Sven now has a
It's a puppy right now, so it doesn't cost any upkeep, but once it's grown up, it will be useful.
Okay.
Sven, if you would like, I could talk to Jeannie, see if she's willing to look after the guy while we're away on mission.
Yeah. That will be good.
Do keep in mind, Alpha is one of the reasons she's a legend, and one of the first takers is she's one of the first takers that actually did a Mr. Joel's. So she is got a lot of bounty.
Got it. So basically, us just giving rations, she could easily buy as many rations as she needed. She just it's just a kind gesture, so she doesn't have to do the effort.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do as much hunting, etc. Because it helps her care for the dogs.
Well, and Mr. Joel's, could that be us? Could that actually be taking over an enclave that exists?
Or setting up a new enclave. Yeah. Mr. Joel is a type of job that is, well, we'll get to that when we get to it, because a Mr. Joel's can only be done once you're ready to retire, because it's basically, your retirement fund is you've basically set all the money aside to guarantee retirement. The Mr. Joel be
just out of curiosity, could my character's Mr. Joel's be setting up a permanent outpost for?
No, your Mr. Joel's is the same for all of you. You share one Mr. Joel's.
So we have to agree on it.
Yeah, your retirement plan can be something different. Like you could be yours to set up an enclave for the DHQS.
Yeah, but it'll be a bit more overt.
Yeah,
than just.
Well, they have overt ones closer to the East Coast.
Well, yeah.
Now you, dears, be good. And the puppy licks Sven's cheek.
Well, hopefully we can bump into each other out here in the Lost, or preferably in the comfort of the Stone Bowl.
Oh, indeed. I hope I see you boys again. Now have fun.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Now you have X1 doggo.
Plus one doggo.
Yeah.
Yay! And it comes with Hardy automatically on it and
Nice.
friendly.
Yep.
Which means that once he's all grown up, he heals you one humanity every time you finish a job because doggos are good.
Yep. Good.
Sven is a dog.
Hey.
Sven
You
has
can also,
doggo.
yeah, you can also give it a harness so it can carry one haul.
Yep, that's not that expensive. It's what, 2 bounty?
Like all upgrades are, to a bounty. But yeah, you'll have a doggo. The only thing you're going to need to do is probably get it hunter because otherwise the doggo eats your rations because you have to feed it.
Yeah.
That's the only downside. That's why hunter is such a good upgrade.
But it only costs 2 bounty, and you got the dog for free with 2 good upgrades on it, so might as well invest.
Well,
And then it's what, 1 upkeep otherwise?
no, the dog's still 2 upkeep. It's just
Oh, got it.
it's just that it doesn't cost you rations while you're doing a job.
Yep.
But yes, you have a
Well,
doggo.
I'm actually hoping, though, it'll be a little tricky. I'm going to see if I can't trade the assault rifle for a crossbow, since it actually has enough to get where I want to be with a crossbow. If I were to get things as 1 to
I mean, yeah, that's that. That's a good selling tactic.
yeah, basically saying, look, crossbows are a specialty weapon, and a fully working assault rifle, that's a lot more. So if you're willing to basically do it, it's basically a straight trade,
Yes.
value to value straight trade.
Yep. And you guys finally get to your final leg of the journey, or rather, you finally get to the job site, and yeah, you get to where they've set up in Congress Park. So what they've done is they've done so one of the things is they've got what can best be described as a wire trap. Basically, they probably had somebody set up, and it caused the casualty to walk towards a wire that caused it to trip, so it fell forward, and then the enterprising individual that had them fall forward took a metal stake and basically put it through their torso region. So there's a group of about 5 casualties that are basically just pinned to the ground.
Mhm.
So pull out those stakes, make sure that they don't exit torpor after you pull out the stakes, and tag them, and then set them out. There's another 5 that are in bear traps, just kind of they're just kind of standing there.
Out of curiosity, is there a pounder animal control building nearby?
Are you thinking of let loose some animals as a distraction?
No. Okay. When they need to deal with dogs that are or animals that are dangerous, they basically have a stick that has a loop at the end of it.
Oh, that type of thing.
Yeah, and we just put that around their neck, and we can control them. They won't be able to
Great.
bite us, and you can get in behind them and do your work. And then when we're
Okay.
ready to let them go, we just what we'll do is we'll use a second. There's another one that's used basically like a hook, not a kind of a hook mounted sideways, so we can kind of push on them and hold them in a place before we run.
That can
Okay.
You need
Can
to
we
check.
look for one of those?
help.
Is that a salvage check or
That'll be a scavenge check for one of you. See if
uh,
there's one nearby.
Ty? Do you want to do the scavenge check, or do you want me to do it, or can we both do it?
No,
Yeah.
one of you.
Ty, you've got the statistically better chance of handling it. I can even lend you my Ubix specs to try it.
Tie crits. You in fact
nice.
do find one. It was in the park actually itself. It probably was either used for this or was used at one point by people corralling either casualties or animals in this park.
We'll
it's
borrow the equipment and we'll put it back when we're done.
Yeah, you're setting up. As I said, there's 5 that are in bear trips, and then there's the final 5, which will be in some ways the easiest, in some ways the hardest. You can see them. They are looped together, and by that I mean what you're seeing is that there's about 5 casualties that are you're guessing were somebody put a net over them, and like the blight that is, that black veiny goo that curls and corrupts and does all that nasty stuff kind of intersected, and now those 5 casualties are kind of stuck together in this matted mass of 5 bodies kind of lumbering around. It's not really coordinated, and it just kind of thunks around. It's a meaty mess that's all attached together because the net keeps holding them together, and the blight then is curling into all that mess.
I have a idea on how we can get that one tagged. We're gonna want to put probably 2 or we technically only need 1 tag on it because they're stuck together probably forever. But I'm thinking
for a long time at least.
I'm thinking we tag like 3 or 4 of them. And this one we do with the spear for sure because we got 10 spear charges basically.
Yes.
And we have an additional 5 of quick attach. I'm thinking the ones that are pinned to the ground, let's just have you, Mr. Infected, walk up to them and just tag all of them with the 5 and just kind of move up quietly.
Yep. So
unless you want somebody who's stealthy to do it instead.
I can't get infected if they bite me, but I'm not exactly all that stealthy.
I mean, all that's going to happen if they bite you is it's going to hurt.
Well, how about we do kind of a 2-man thing where you said they're pinned to the ground, correct? We'll use the dog catching equipment to hold their neck down so they can't get up in case they wake up. Would that be a doable strategy, Diplo?
Use the dog. Yeah, you can do the other coordinated effort.
Yeah, coordinated effort because those are kind of the quote unquote riskiest. So yeah, we'll just make sure that we do that. So do we need to do a stealth check?
Yeah, one of you needs to do a stealth check.
Who has the highest stealth in this party? I think Sven.
I think so.
Sven will lead the stealth effort then, and we'll just have a couple people helping out. I'll stand nearby with my suppressed pistol in case anything tries to get close to us.
Also order Donkey to stand by and scan the area just in case someone tries to show up.
Also, what about the puppies? Puppy reacting?
The puppy is currently curled up in Sven's hands happily.
I think that does the Dronky have like little pouches? I think we should put the doggo in one of those pouches, just so it's away from the fighting.
The doggo is now curled up in a Dronky pouch. It is now asleep.
I put some grass in the pouch to make sure it's sleeping comfortably. All right, patrol.
Yep. Roll that stealth, Sven. Roll it. I believe in you.
Okay.
Okay. As you're approaching these casualties, who's handling the spear and who's handling the tag?
I'm handling the spear and the tags.
Well, no.
I'm handling the tags.
Yeah, and he's doing the manual tag. I'm going to be one of the guys that has the loop. That is the loop control, so I can at least grab one of their arms that's nearest him. And then I think we'll have Sven holding their neck down with the other thing.
Okay. So, you're holding these down as you go through it. Click, click, click. You get the 5 on the ground.
We'll keep them pinned and wait for them to go back into torp.
Yeah. And then you can easily, You notice that the stakes attaching them also have a wire, so you can, pull all the stakes out at once.
Oh, nice. So we'll do that. We'll do that after we're done with the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think we go with the second riskiest of them, which is the netted,
the bear trap
fused. The bear trap. Again, the thing is, this is the point where you're just going to start jabbing them with the spear. We'll have guys on standby to control them if needed, but we'll just kind of have you take point.
Yep.
And they're already active, aren't they?
It's moving around. It's currently. It seems to have been that they lured into. It's currently kind of not necessarily stuck, but it's not noticed you guys yet, at least as far as you can tell. It's looking at a tree and what maybe a squirrel in the tree.
Well, we're not doing that one. We're doing the bear traps next.
Okay, yeah, I'm just talking about the big one because it's technically roaming around freely.
Yeah, we'll keep
It's
an eye out.
It's just focused on a tree right now.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. The ones that are in the bear traps, as you're going through them, doing your business, this is a good job. You can make me some strength checks. So let's see. There's 5 of them. So Kiri can make me 2 strength checks. Jimpan can make me 2 strength checks, and Seawall, you can make me 1 strength check. Because I'm splitting up the strength checks. Okay. Okay. Kiri passes both. Seawall passes his. Jimpan does not pass theirs.
The first, but he has a second one, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Wait, no, he hasn't rolled yet.
I not rolled yet.
He hasn't rolled yet.
Yeah, that was
So-
from a few minutes ago.
Oh, that was the stealth check, yeah.
So go ahead and
roll 2 strength checks. Okay.
fail both.
Yeah. So you guys, and this is a good point if you want to spend some will. You have that will.
Fresh in my memory, what does Will do again?
Let you flip the die results.
You may want to flip
Okay.
those die results, Jim Pan.
Yeah.
And we lose that will, or does that will regenerate?
Will regenerates after the next start of the next job.
Okay, so basically, if you have 2 Will and you use both of them at the start of our next job, that 2 will be refreshed, correct?
Yeah, start of the next session, both
Okay.
will refresh.
I'd flip those, Jim Pan, just because this
Yeah.
is very dangerous.
Yeah, I do that.
So yeah, you flip both of those. Jim Pan's out of will. Yeah, you guys are doing relatively well. Remember, I was just reminding you because you guys haven't been using your will, so I was reminding you.
We've never had a reason to
Yeah.
use it.
Well, okay, since I didn't even know that, can I kind of have a retro use of, since I never knew that was a thing I could do? I would have done that for the job, for the pay of the job, since I've got 2 will to play with.
No, you can't
Okay.
use it on that.
Okay, only on
Yeah.
the job.
You can use it on other things. Like you could have used it on like
It's just
your
been too
earlier
long.
leadership when you failed it, so you would have known that you only had the 2 rounds.
It's
Got
been too long.
Understood.
You can't
got
use
it.
your time turner to go back in time and fix the
Yeah.
deal because
Yeah.
it's already been made. You'll make a paradox.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll make a paradox.
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
You create a time paradox.
yeah. So you are tagging them. It's a slow going process. You have to tag one, then the next, and then the next. So you guys are doing that. You 3 are working together.
Yeah.
And that means Ty is the one that's on lookout. Ty, you can make me an awareness.
All right.
Because that means you're the one that's got to watch the cluster.
If you don't do well, you're going to want to reverse it with your will. Reverse it, please. Nope, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
the
so
cluster's,
used to
the
seeing
cluster's
it once.
gone. The cluster's gone, Ty.
All right.
Yeah.
I got
You're watching it, and it just kind of goes away. It kind of goes behind the tree. It wanders off, which isn't a good thing, but it's not wandering in the direction where the others are going, which is also not a good thing because if it's wandering off, that means there's food, and for there to be food, there must be something that's attracting it, and that's the other thing is this is a job half complete, and that's the thing is you guys all hear a sound of a gun going off.
We'll
As
set
you
our
guys
equipment
hear-
down and start moving.
Yeah, something's going on, and all the all the ones that were in torpor, they're starting to react and wake up. So you guys, of course, want to get away from those things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
Let's
your
go.
first round.
Yep.
And let's see. All of you can make me. Yeah, I'll let you all make awareness checks. Because Ty, you noticed the thing, so you guys are more.
Alright.
So yeah, you all. Because he's basically like, yeah, it moved on, guys. That's not good. Yep. Curie
I'm going to
passed.
use my will to reverse that.
Good. So Seawall passed, and Ty doesn't pass that one unless he wants to spend a will.
Flip it.
Okay, flips it. Okay, so all of you notice this over deeper into the park. There's one of those little concrete restroom areas set up, and you can barely make it out. A combination of some binoculars and pointing out. You guys can notice that there's not necessarily it's a little tent set up on top of it with a person with a rifle underneath it. You can't make out if it's one or two people, but they've set themselves up on top of this little one, basically a little bit over 1-story structure. So, about 12 feet, 15 feet off the ground. And you hear the crack of the gun go off a second time as they are shooting at something. As the netted casualties, the net casualties, kind of make it against the wall. So now you see where the casualties went. It's over there.
How many people are on the roof of that thing?
1 or 2.
Okay. And do they look like anyone recognized?
You can't make them out because they're underneath a tarp/tent structure.
Okay.
To hide themselves.
I've got an idea, guys. You're not going to like it, but since these things don't have one will, they have multiple wills. If we surround them, making a lot of noise, we can kind of get them to fight each other, and if we move with it, we should be able to keep it from grabbing any one of us, giving time for them to get out of there, and for Mr. Sawbones over here, for Jimmy Boy, to jab them with a couple of those trackers. What do you guys think? We're going to need some trash can lids.
Yeah, it's
I
risk.
hate your idea, but hand me a couple of bullets just in case.
Well, we'll still hold our shotguns and weapons.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to have my shotgun to draw more casualties.
There's already gunshots going off.
Good
That
point.
ship has sailed.
Yeah,
That
good
ship has
point.
sailed.
Yeah.
I
Alright, if this fails, that I have my drunkie run out and shooting the shotgun so that it runs along with it. But only if that fails. Don't want to know how much I found.
Oh wait! Before we send the drunkie off, let's get the.
I
puppy
meant if it's the
Yeah.
if it's the
Yep.
if all else fails.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Alright,
So
the puppy.
running. Yep. We got the puppy secured somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppy's
Because now it's potentially might be on the job.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm grabbing trash can lids. If you've got the only person who does not get a trash can lid is Kiri, because he's going to be stabbing him with the tracking spear as we kind of try and lead them away, if that makes any sense. And he kind of slips in, jabs them, then we continue to make noise, then jabs another one, and just kind of gets it so we get at least 3. I'd say minimum 2, preferably all 5.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh
Yep.
boy.
Quick question: those guys happen to have Ubix specs on them? Because I do have that tactical network ability, which basically can operate as a short-range communicator. Do I notice any Do I notice that if they happen to have Ubix specs or not, Diplo?
They have you specs.
I'm going to try and call them.
So I'm gonna shoot him a quick text.
No, you can try and call them.
Okay. Ring, 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 ring. Phone call, phone call. And as you call, there's a click, and you the person responds, "Hello."
Hi, I'm. This is Will. I've noticed that you guys are having some trouble with some netted cash.
Netted casualties. What are you talking about?
Massive casualties that you're currently shooting at.
Oh, the ones that just got close right now. Yeah, those ones. We're not really worried about those. We got
Yeah,
a high spot.
Would you mind not shooting them? We need to tag them. In exchange, we'll pull them away from your location.
That'd be helpful. We're just sniping some other casualties deeper into the park.
Yep, just don't target any of them that are in any traps. You may have noticed those on the way in. We got to release those later.
That type of thing. Casualty cast.
Yep. So yeah. So we're gonna go deal with that. And I recommend getting a suppressor. We can hear you for miles.
Shh.
Click. And then I guess we're gonna just kind of go up there, start making some noise, and kind of try to be equidistant between each, so they each fight each other to try and get to us. They get to one of us, and we kind of move with the group.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Well, first up, as you guys get closer, you notice that first things first, you notice that the 5 that you were initially dealing with, it seems that there was some 1 or 2 inside the restroom that weren't noticed or were in torpor, and they've kind of got tangled into the net as well. So now it's a group of 7 for 1. 2, the thing that more concerns you is as you slam the trash can lids and attract its attention as it turns to look at you, because it's already heard the sound of the shot, so it knows there's something there. But when it turns and notices you, it kind of turns oddly, because it's 5 bodies twisted together with thick black tendrils and netting holding them together. So first things first.
Flashlight out.
What?
It said it was dark in there, so I had the flashlight out.
No, we're not going in. We're keeping our distance at more than 1 shamble away, so that we can still keep our distance. You're the one that gets in close, stabs him, and we're gonna just.
Yeah. So you guys are currently. Let's see how far away you are. Let's see how many shambles away you are when you start really noticing. That's not good. Okay, so you guys are getting in, and you're all about so 3 shambles away.
Got it.
You're about that distance when and you're making the noise and attracting it over. It does something that you didn't really expect.
Breaks apart?
No. Breaking apart would have been nicer. What you see is one of the ones that just recently got attached to the net kind of gets pulled in by the blight, and the best way you can describe it is shot out like a ganglia of an amoeba, and it suddenly the distance that normal it literally shoots itself out like a ganglia, and then yanks itself forward using these things. The 2 new casualties ganglia, and that's the issue. It's fast. It's oh shit, and now it's in 1 shamble of you.
Run.
Open fire, fall back.
So you guys all get your actions. So we're gonna do so good news is we're gonna get some combat stuff. So you have 2 actions, basically a major and a minor. Your minor can be used, of course, for all those important things. One of them, of course, is dodging. You can move. Okay, so this is the thing. If you want to move, you can move a number of shambles back equal to your athletics as your minor action, basically. So your major action, you can move 1 plus your athletics. So whatever your athletic skill is how far away you can move, how many shambles you can move.
Uh-oh.
It is currently within 1, so it can attack anybody that's still around it. Keep in mind, the other thing is, if you're going to move away, if you move away as a minor, you can basically use your major to defend against attack. So you can actually roll your athletics to dodge.
Or what about attacking with a gun? Is that a major action?
Attacking is a major action. I'm pointing out. So, thing is, you can move as a minor. You can move a short distance as a minor. You can do a minor defense, which is, taking cover, dodging and stuff. Major defense lets you actively roll. Minor basically imposes a minor penalty. You can shift damage around, move it to your armor. Little things like that. And, major actions are, shooting it. I'm just calling them minor and major because, frankly, calling them they're like Twitch and something action, the actual system. But
yep, we're dealing with an aberration, aren't we?
What? No, you're fine.
Dealing with an abomination of God and man.
It's just hungry for your meat flesh. Your delicious meat flesh.
This is amazing. I have literally no weapons.
And you're all within 1, so you all get your action. So who wants to go
fall
first?
back? You fall back.
Yep.
I'm going to use my minor to move back 1 shamble, and I'm just going to start emptying my mag into the one that shot out. Hopefully, I can kill that, and that means it has less to work with.
Okay. Roll your shooting.
Let's see. Shooting is. I think I'm a 2-shooter, so I'm actually pretty.
Yep. That's
Crit
a crit
fail.
fail.
Damn it! Miss horribly.
Yeah. Roll me.
And I can't use
fail.
Both odds.
Oh,
Remember, double odds is a crit
Yeah.
fail.
Yeah. And I
When
can't
they're
use
the
my
same
will to
number.
counter. And I'm assuming I can't use will to counter it.
You can use your will to make it just a normal failure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll use my will. I will use my will to. I'll bring my will to 0, so I don't have. So you don't
accidentally shoot the sniper. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So basically, I shoot wide.
Yeah.
Or I nick aside.
Yeah.
As I
You
fire.
shoot into the casualty's torso. Actually, basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's kind of pointless. It's not the head.
So yeah. So other guys start opening fire, and I move back 1. But I'm using a suppressed pistol, so.
Yep. You move back 1.
I run as my major.
Okay. So you're going to get as far away as possible. Basically,
Yep.
You're going to be like, nope, 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 nope.
Yep, that's pretty much the case. So roll athletics.
Yeah. Roll athletics to see if you get even further. Yeah.
Hey, why does the 1 have to keep being the first number?
Well, Kiri, the good news is
I'm using a will.
okay. Yeah, so you get 2 shambles away, so you're now 3 away. Seawolf's 2 away.
Yep.
Uh,
Fall back and open fire, boys.
Kiri's running, full out running. That's good news. Well, Jim Pen, what are you going to do?
I fall back 3.
Okay.
I shoot.
Oh yeah, because you can move really far. Okay. Yep. Roll your shooting. So Jim Pen's even further back than Kiri.
So.
Yeah. Okay. You blast one of them in the head, taking it off.
I hope you targeted the one that popped out.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You did target the one that popped out, but it can still use that body like a foot, like a ganglia. The good news is, you just need to do that 6 more times, and then it's dead. Yay!
Ty, open fire.
Ty, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Well, I've opened fire first as I have a shotgun, so I have to be close range first.
Yeah, you are close range. You are one shamble from it.
You're
You
gonna
are
want to
right-
move at least one shamble away while you open fire. Basically, back shoot. Scoot and shoot.
Pretty much.
Boom.
I'd move 2 shambles away while I run.
Because you're athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, that means that the closest person is Seawall. Yay!
Two shambles
Seawall.
away. What about the Dronky? Doesn't the Dronky get a turn?
Yeah, the Jonky also acts on Ty's turn. Is the Jonky going to shoot it?
Oh, okay.
Yes, please shoot.
Roll your pilot Jonky. Yay, the Jonky does another shot. So, you guys, you've taken out...
3 heads?
Yeah, you've taken out 3 of its 7 heads. Now there's only 4 more. So that's the good news. That means it can only move 2 shambles now.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's still fast. Because the bodies are still there. It can still use the mass.
Yeah.
It's just that the ability to take damage is broken. And, now it has to, pull out the heads that were, new heads are now coming
Damn
to the
it.
forefront. Yeah.
Fuck.
Don't worry, Seawall. It's good. You get to be the bite target.
Mhm.
Hey.
It misses.
No, that... So 3 is where it hits, and 5 is how much damage it does.
Don't get any chance to dodge.
You moved and shot.
It bites me in the leg.
Yeah, it does 5 killing to the leg. It hurts. It as basically, a swarm of them basically, or like 3 of them are biting into your leg.
Shit.
Yeah, but on the plus side,
I'm now probably fucking infected.
well, you don't know. On the plus side, you're not, it's close up. Yeah. On the plus side, yeah. And that's the downside of, not having a defense action. But on the other side, don't worry, Seawall. Kiri has the ability to test you to see if you got infected.
Got it.
And Ty is the latent stuff.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. And the thing is, the good news is, don't forget, here's the best part. Once you get the blood test done, one of your teammates can always spend a willpower to flip the results if it's
Okay, got
infected.
Don't worry.
Or rather, the person that does the blood test, or you can do it.
Well,
Yeah,
I still have a
well,
will. I have
Yeah,
a will
please
set.
save that will. Please save that will for.
Yeah, because I've made the roll. You'll find out. Yeah, don't worry. Anyways, now let's go to the top initiative. Seawall, it's you again. It's right in front of you.
I'm falling back 1 and opening fire still.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot again. Roll the shooting. Blast it in the head. There goes another head as it pops off like a grape, exploding out in a shower of messy gore. The netted creature losing some of its momentum as it's some of the mass becomes inert and a new
Yeah.
cluster of nerves has to take over. Then it's Kiri, your turn.
Run!
Okay, Kiri's running. Jim Pen, your turn.
Fall back and shoot.
Okay. Shoot it.
So,
And that hits. And then Ty, it's your shot. It's you guys have taken out 4 of the, and then another 2. There's only 1 head left. You and
Right.
your Dronky with shotguns together. Shotguns akimbo. Boom. And yeah, you blast it open, and the thing breaks apart.
I suggest we fall back.
Yeah. On the
God
plus side,
damn
you guys,
it! God!
the puppy
Shut
first.
up! Maybe we can still salvage this.
We already got 10 tagged. That's all we needed.
Yeah.
All right, never mind then.
I would suggest you guys stop moving. You hear over the Ubix. Seems your little ruckus attracted the full weight of the swarm.
We got to release those other things before we go. We should have just enough time. Medic.
All right.
Okay, so Kiri is going to have to do his medic stuff. Well, the thing is, one of you is going to have to do an athletics check to basically pop the zombies that are pinned, and another one's going to have to do an athletics check to free the others. Well, so basically Sven and Blue can decide on who's, releasing which of the casualties.
More athletic of the two.
All right,
The more athletic should handle the bear traps. The least athletic should handle the guys on the ground.
I have 3, so
all right, so I release the guys on the ground since I have only 2.
Yep, both of you roll me athletics. Ooh, and ooh.
Can I flip that roll still?
Do you have will?
left?
Yeah, if you have a will left, use it.
Jimpan doesn't.
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Okay. Well, don't worry, Jimpan. Out and hey, there's good news. So let's start with the very first thing. Ty, you Blue pops it free and is able to corral them. They're going to start heading towards the rest of the swarm as he curves around. You are able to do the same, Sven, but you also get a nice little arm wound to your right arm. You take 5 killing to your right arm as one of them bites you in the right arm, and that hurts like a fucking bitch.
Crap.
So you got it too. So you'll have to check that later, but luckily it's a casualty, so you got, potentially up to a day to check. Or even longer. So there's the good news. Heck, it may not have even gotten any blight into you. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
So, let's have that quick test done by.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Kiri, make your first aid check on Seawell. On Will.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You successfully now know what he got on the on his resistance roll, and it was a 7/9.
So I was infected.
Yeah. That's a.
So you have to flip it.
Yeah. You have to spend a will, Kiri.
So basically, I flip the will and he's not infected.
Yeah. Basically, you're spending a will because you're spending the will to basically flip his result, because that's one of the rules. When you get infected, until somebody makes the first aid check, you don't know the result, so you can't spend the will to flip it because you don't know if it's a success or failure.
It's flipped.
Yep.
He's not infected.
Yep. And either the first aid person or the person that got bit can make the check.
Yeah, now we got to do the check on the way back. We'll do it on Jimpan.
We'll do it when we're safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're rushing back.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do
Do I have the copy?
Come across
Yeah,
the lady, we warn her.
yeah. When you pass Alpha, you can warn her. Oh, thank you, dearies. That's lovely. I'll keep that in mind. Make me another first aid check. Jim Bob. Hey, look here, you're rolling well now. You're the ones are now on the right side of this sheet.
It's where they should be.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So you guys are going to get a nice little bit of fun stuff.
What about Jimpan?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Sven, you guys all, or rather, Jimbo, you're going to learn something about Sven. So here's the fun thing. You can start as an immune, but if you roll a critical success on a resistance check, turns out you were immune already. So you can potentially become immune during the course of a game if you didn't start as an immune.
Wait, so he's an immune?
Jimpan's an immune.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the good news. Is Jimpan? Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, keep that in mind. That's so Jimpan no longer needs to make those checks because he's immune.
And you can become immune. Like, theoretically, next time my character gets bit, I could become immune as well.
It's like a weird vaccine thing.
It's kind of like a weird thing, or it turns out that anytime you got bit previously, it wasn't enough blight in your system to show up on the immune chart when they were doing the blood test. Basically, they would have needed to inject you with like a lot more blight. That's basically what it represents. There's also, of course, you fail it, and like, hey, that's also why the roll's hidden, because you don't know if you need to spend the willpower. Because let's say, for example, I rolled a 9/7, and Kiri fails the first aid, then you guys don't know it's a success. You don't want to flip the willpower because you could then make it into a failure.
Yeah.
And that's
at that point, you basically, if you have a syringe of the cure, you inject it.
Yeah. And finally, my favorite thing is if you get a crit fail, there's two possible choices. One is basically you instant go vector, or two, it turns out that you're a natural latent. So you just turn into a latent. Which is fun, because then you have to deal with the fact that you're infectious. But hey,
don't look it.
Oh, you start developing the veins.
It'll be some time before it develops.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Basically, by the time, the job's over, the latent veins are developed, and everyone's like, oh, that sucks for you.
Why do you think I dress like a friggin' tech priest of Mars?
Yep.
Yeah. And he's also got a big sign on his back or his chest that says latent, don't shoot, just in case that everything gets blown off.
Yeah. Yep. So we get back. We're counting our blessings. We didn't do everything perfectly, but I think they'll understand. We're also going to mark this as a new type of aberrant.
So first up, a few things. So obviously that. Jimbo, are you going to tell Sven about what you just learned from the blood test?
I am.
Also,
Sven, could you please step over here, away from prying ears, please?
Okay.
And once I feel that we're at least separated enough, well, I have good news and bad news. Which do you wish to hear first?
Take the good news first.
Well, you don't have to worry about being infected anytime soon.
Okay.
Bad news?
And the bad.
You're a latent now, just like me.
No. He's an immune.
You're
He's
an
an
immune.
immune. It's only good news.
Yeah, I got good news. You're an immune.
I mean, no, it's still bad news, because to put it in perspective, look at all of your wound locations. Each of those is worth 5 bounty on Jimpan. That means his arms are worth 50 bounty each. His legs are worth 50 bounty each. His torso is worth 100 bounty.
How?
The bone marrow.
Oh.
That's how you make the cure. You literally scrape out the bone marrow of the immunes.
Oh.
Literally, yeah. In the GHQS, they can do it. They can do it in a way that doesn't kill the person.
It's basically equivalent of a bone marrow donation. You basically go in, you get some extracted, then you're told, okay, don't get any extracted for a while, but we can't pull it off in the field very effectively.
You can't do it at all, basically. But yeah, there are some places that, of course, have the ability to do it sometimes. But yeah.
Our enclave's probably trying to set up that way. But
some enclaves are trying to do it, of course. But, not every enclave knows they have immunes amongst them. And not every immune wants to come out because,
I don't want to have a target on my back.
Yeah, they don't want to. Yeah. Well, you're a latent. You don't have that target.
Yeah.
Please don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I won't. I won't. You don't have to worry. Doctor-patient confidentiality and whatnot.
Jimpan's worth 350 bounty.
if anyone asks, just say you're a latent at most. If anyone
Yeah.
asks.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find like some black paint or something that you could put over your veins.
That could be a solution in case somebody sees you get bit again. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or you can start dressing up like me. It'll really count. It'll at least give you some protection as well. They'll assume, latent wants to at least not look nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Sven and Will can both make me stress check self-control because, well, actually, detachment, because obviously you almost got infected. You didn't know before the check that you weren't. So yeah,
I fail, so I'm definitely a little stressed.
yeah, you take 2 to your detachment because it's like, holy shit, thank God. And Sven, you can make your roll too, self-control.
Like 4.
Okay, what's yours? 2d10 only.
Yeah, just 2d10 only. Do you pass? Do you fail? Yeah, you take 2 to detachment as well because, oh God, I almost died. Or
Yeah.
and then there's the added bonus.
Yeah.
But I'll let you shift one of those to your. I'll let you shift one of the ones that you just got for detachment, Jimpan, to trauma.
Yeah, trauma sounds way more like what we got here is more traumatic than
Yeah.
anything else.
So what's
Well, don't I have some? So I can't. So I. Can
Well,
I transfer someone?
I'm referring. Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, it goes to trauma. It doesn't go to detachment. So put the stress into trauma. I was saying that I meant, yeah, the 2 stress should be to trauma, not detachment. And
So I've got a bit of a limp right now.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's also the fact that was a traumatic experience. I just had a corpse be launched from a black blob of slithering, goopy evil at me. That's not a pleasant experience. I almost got infected by a potentially deadly pathogen that will kill me.
But I got
And-
lucky. But I got lucky.
God.
Yeah, but you got lucky. So
Yep, because you had a great medic with you.
Yeah.
so that's actually the thing. It's, since you didn't get infected, it's only But if you don't know, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I do know. My medic was able to go, okay, look, it was a close call. There's a lot. But you're not infected. Your body's fighting it.
Yeah,
There's
your
only
body-
a little bit
your
in
body's
there.
fine.
Your body's fighting it off.
Well-
I'm actually fine.
Well, more it bit you, but didn't get any blood in you. That's the good news. With Jimpan, it's there's blood in you. It's not doing anything. It's dying.
Hence why I say
Oh.
try and find paint. Then I'll try and find paint.
Yeah, it'll pour out of his system eventually / die out. He'll have some light diarrhea, then he'll be fine. Go get a sandwich. Yeah.
I assume I give him that information.
And
The
I'm presuming
diarrhea
you're
was
not. And I'm presuming you're not telling the rest of the party this.
No. Doctor-patient confidentiality.
Got it.
Yep.
Understood.
Also,
HIPAA still has to exist, even in this kind of world.
Yep.
and as you guys are calling it in, etc., you realize that you guys just dealt with a ganglia.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's what that was. So I'm going to be fair. I'm going to say that the Kiri and Ty also make self-control checks. And Seawall and Jimpen make secondary self-control checks for the fact that, oh yeah, we just dealt with a ganglia. Those things are fucking terrifying.
But hey, I survived. Mine's like, but hey, I made it.
Self-control.
Yeah,
And
self-control
I'm
again.
back to normal.
Self-control.
Ty's fine. Okay.
Jim Pan, not so much.
Okay, so let's go over. Okay, Seawall, you don't get any more trauma. Kiri, you gain 2 trauma because it's like, oh, so that's a ganglia. Oh,
And I almost lost some friends.
But also, there's the terrifying fact that you realize, oh shit, there was a swarm of like 50 other things that could have attached to that ganglia. Oh, that.
But we
would've
killed
been-
it. But we
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah, that's the good news. And yeah, that's why it's only 2 trauma for Kiri, and no trauma for Seawall, and no trauma for Ty, and 1 trauma for Jimpan because Jimpan already had to deal with the other bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah. So three trauma.
No, you only gain an additional 1 trauma.
Yeah, so that's why it'd be up to 3.
And then 2
Because he
total.
already had 2.
Oh, okay.
He took 2 from the other check.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because oh yeah, there's some nasty ones like trauma 3 checks or anything that So fun fact, Jim Ben, if you had passed the bite check and still failed that, you still would have taken 3 trauma because that's how bad fighting an aberrant is. But but the 2 people that passed only took 1 because it's like, oh
Wait, I actually took an additional trauma?
no, you already took 2, so you're fine.
Okay, got it. So, yeah. I'm like, oh fuck, it actually bit me, but we killed it. So good.
Yay! Yeah, and that could have been bad because then you could have basically gone Vector, or you could have been pulled into the ganglia, and then you could have been stuck there for days being chewed on, or other horrible things. None of it's pleasant. But on the plus side, you all make it home. You all make it back. You all live. Yay! You made friends with Alpha. She'll show up again later. She's around.
We warned her about what was coming, so she has a heads up.
Oh, I better pack up and go check out that stone bowl.
Yep.
No, what drinks for everyone.
I think a drink will be good.
I tested. I'm clean. I'm making a fucking beeline to Mercedes and saying, "Hey, mission complete. Only got 10 out of 15 tags. Hope that's not a problem." And we killed a ganglia.
That's actually kind of terrifying. Noted.
Do we get a bonus for that?
No. There's no.
There's no active bounties for things like that.
No. If it was included in the contract, then maybe like, oh, by the way, if there's an aberrant there, then here's a bounty.
Got it. Okay. I'm just asking if there happens to be a bounty for dealing with these things in general.
No.
Okay.
It's just if they come up, good luck on you. It will, people are going to talk about you on TakerNet and be like, oh, that guy took out that crew. The Vikings of the Dam took out a ganglia.
Yep.
With
mild injuries in the end and no infected.
Yeah, no infected, mild injuries. Just like, there's going to eventually the fact that people got bit in your group and didn't get infected will spread rumors that there's multiple immunes in your group. There's only one immune.
Yeah. We'll sell it. We'll basically, say, fortunately, our medic, we have a very good medic.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you guys all get, once the bounty from all the lumber and the job is split up, you all get 12 bounty.
Yay!
12 free bounty?
That's totaling up all the money you got from the session.
Is that also taking into account lost expenses?
That's in counting upkeep and stuff. So you all made 12 bounty.
Each or total?
Each.
Damn.
Yeah, you made a lot of money.
Very good payday.
Yeah, your second employee.
Okay.
Your second employee. They didn't pass. Will crit their check, so they together. The person that failed, they only sold 1 unit, and Will then sold 4. So 5 units total.
we were short 1 unit, but that's not too bad, and that's a good amount anyway.
Well, Will made it up basically.
Technically, it would have been 3 each total. 3 each, or what was it? Or 2?
Yeah, it would have been 3 each technically. Yeah.
So we were short 1 unit, big one. Yeah. And has our investment paid out?
Now I'm going to make the roll. We'll find out. It's time to make the roll at the end of the session. So have all of you add in the 12 bounty to your savings?
Yep.
Yes.
Also, before I do that, could I try to trade out that rifle for a crossbow?
That will be part of what you can do next session.
Okay. Do I have to spend any? Do I have to spend any of my savings to upkeep the rifle, or is that going to be included as part of the cost? Since we found it on the job.
That's included. You don't have to spend upkeep to keep it. Yeah, that's why.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's now technically fully loaded.
Yeah. Yeah, you spend some time and you gather up some stuff. Anyways, let's roll. Let's see if you. No.
There's been a lot of ones in this game session. If you notice-
So we lose half of the investment.
Yeah. So you
each gain one
guys.
back.
So
We
let's.
get 5 back.
So to answer your question, the rate of return was 40. So you guys get back 20, which you then split 4 ways. So you each get 5 bounty.
Not the worst thing in the world.
So
I knew the investment was worrying me.
It was a risk. We got unlucky.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm guessing that Schmitty comes and say, "Look, it didn't work out. We got some of our money back." And I say, "Look, we knew it was a risk. Thank you for including us in it and helping us get rid of some of that wood."
Yeah.
You win some. Basically, it's you win some, you lose some. Try to keep his spirits up.
Yeah, Schmitty's just like, yeah, here you guys go. This is what I got back because it's been, slow, etc. Here's your investment back because, you invested we want X percentage. Technically, what the investment is, you want X percentage of the first week or so.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was less than expected. But now there's a rooftop herb garden set up. And Schmitty is like, well, I got this hydroponics lab set up.
I'm glad we could help out the community. I mean, that will lower that will increase our supply.
Thanks, man. Sorry I couldn't get you as much as you wanted.
Hey, it's fine. Just keep us in the loop in case anything else comes up in the future.
So all your savings goes up by 5 as well. So you get another 5, obviously.
Yep.
So those of
I'm
you
at
that
23.
Yeah. So you guys should have a lot of money for spending for upgrades and stuff.
Yep.
I have 28.
And you could also use that to buy milestones towards your retirement.
I'm not going to do that quite yet. I want to save up some more. First things first. I am going to upgrade the shooting, and I'm going to get crossbow shooting up 2.
Okay. So you're upgrading your shooting. That's going to be 3. And then upgrading to have crossbow shooting at 2 will be another 3. So that's 6 back.
But no, my shooting was already 2.
Yeah, and you're upgrading it to 3?
I can't. I only have speed at 2.
Okay,
So I'm just getting my crossbow from 0 to 2.
Okay, so that's 3. Yeah. Okay, so you have a crossbow of 2. There you go.
Yep. Let's see what else would be useful to pick up. I'm thinking I should probably pick up leadership at 2 as well.
Up my speed.
That could be very useful because, that's how you open and end those conversations.
So that's been upped. And then other upgrades to my gear. Let's actually buy some gear upgrades.
All right. So if I wanted to upgrade speed and shooting to 3, that would be...
Well, if you want to upgrade speed to 3, what's your speed at currently?
1.
Okay, so upgrading speed to 2 would cost you 10 bounty.
Okay. So
And
what would then go into 3 be?
It'd be another 10, but you can't buy that just yet.
It's to increase each level of the attribute. It's 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, then what was I thinking of? Oh, it was the skill checks I was thinking of, where you increase it to 2, it's worth 4. Then if you increase it to 3, it's 6.
No, it's the value, so it's 2. So if you want to get your speed up to 2, Kiri, that's going to be 10 bounty. And then if you want to get shooting at 2, that'll be another 3 for 13 total.
It wouldn't be not 7. For 10, I can actually get the upgraded chainmail armor minus.
So at the very least, I'd like to be able to help out this group in combat if we have to.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you can spend the 13 bounty to get shooting at 2 and your speed at 2.
Speed and...
So if I want to upgrade Drunky Pod, it's pretty much... Drone Pod is pretty much 10, right?
What's your drone pilot at?
1.
And what's your intelligence?
2.
Okay. So you can spend 2 bounty to get drone pilot up to 2.
Yep. Hey, guys, I'm also going to spend a decent amount of my bounty. I'm getting basically shark diving armor that's been incorporated into my existing.
To keep from getting bitten, or at least make bites.
Pretty much. Well, it will reduce the amount. Yep. Oh, here we go. Okay, arms and torso 5/9 against melee attacks and unarmed attacks. No infection checks for bites. I basically become, in a sense, immune from from infections from bites because they can't break the skin.
Yep.
So, and I'm also upgrading it with advanced alloy and padded. So I am going to be spending the 10 it costs to do that.
And again, just as a reminder, it costs 10 bounty to upgrade a stat. 10
Yep.
to upgrade a stat.
Yep.
And if you're upgrading a skill, it costs the number of bounty equal to what you're trying to upgrade it to. So let's say you're trying to change a skill from 2 to 3. That'll cost you 3 bounty. If you're trying to change a skill from 1 to 2, that'll be 2. So if you're trying to get, for example, your shooting's at 0 and you try and get to 2, that's 1 plus 2 for 3. That's why if Kiri wants to get his speed up to 2 and his shooting up to 2, that'll be 13 bounty.
Yep. But hey, you're as good of a shot as I am. And then next session, I'm going to try to trade out the rifle for a crossbow that I want.
Yep. And so basically, just so I get an idea of how the costs work again, because it's been like 3 weeks since we guys did this. If I want to buy the crossbow, it says upkeep equals 2. So that means I have to spend 2 bounty to get the crossbow.
The
No,
crossbow
4.
costs.
It's
Yeah.
4 bounty.
Yeah,
And
it's 4.
just to let you know, Kiri, the crossbow uses a special shooting skill called crossbow. I just got it. So yeah, what I would say is, look,
Maybe get a pistol.
well, okay, what we could do is if you're
Let me. The answer is whatever the upkeep cost, Kiri, is, you have to pay twice that to buy the gear.
Okay.
Because outside of character creation, you have to pay twice the upkeep. Only during character creation do you just pay.
Okay.
That's the
So where's that
upside.
set special skills for like a crossbow?
You put it below the shoot. If you
Yep.
notice your character,
it'll be another 3. But the thing is, I'm going to be getting a crossbow next session.
Okay.
And what I would recommend is just in the specific one I want to get. It's going to be pricey, but the specific one I want to get, and I checked it, Diplo. The specific crossbow I want to get. Sorry, crossbow and quiver. I like the crossbow over the bow and quiver. What can I say? I want to get one that's tactical, composite, and if I can, pump action.
Well, that will come up next session.
Yep,
Okay.
and that actually costs that has the same cost as buying it as a brand new rifle with the upgrades I got on it now. So
Yeah, so it will come down to a combination of you making the check, etc.
Yeah.
Now then, yeah. So
I was also thinking about making my drunkie armored so that if I had to send it out to the field to scare some zombies, it at least could come back and I don't have to spend the money on another drunkie.
Yep.
So what is that? 4.
That's 2. That is 2. It costs 2 per upgrade.
So it's 4.
Yep. And so, Kiri, you see where shoot is on your sheet, and there's the 2 blank spots
Yeah.
below it. So that's where you would put in crossbow.
All right. And if I wanted to get, say, a handgun, I'd have to get handgun down there.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
handgun is just covered under general shoot.
Yep. The handgun is a good place to start. The one I have has balanced, extended mags, and silencer. I'd recommend if you want to spend, I think it would be 8 total. It'd be 8 total.
Okay, so upgrade cost, that's twice
I
what?
mean, you could
as well?
just give him your gun, Seawell.
I can lend it to him, but the thing is, I still want to carry it. I
Fair
want to
enough.
carry more than one weapon.
Okay, so, all right, so handgun upkeep, so it's 4 for a handgun. When it comes
Basic
to
hand-
upgrades, so when it comes to
2 per.
upgrades,
2
It's
2 bounty.
2 for upgrade.
Yep.
Upgrade, okay.
What I would recommend is getting the silencer for sure, and maybe the extended mag.
So that's 4, that's 8 then.
Yep.
Yep.
The balanced. Okay. What does mid range for short range mean?
Basically, how many paces away?
Mhm.
Extreme long range lets you shoot beyond even like 10 paces away.
Yeah.
Long range is up to 10 paces. Medium range, I think, caps out at like 6 or 5. I have to double check. Paces.
Is that
And-
shambles? Are you talking about shambles?
Yeah, shambles. Yeah.
Yeah, shambles.
And then short range is 3 and 4.
Yeah. So basically, you don't need to get a pistol at medium range. I have one just because I like that. But the thing is, I might actually, you know what, Kiri, if you are willing to pick up a handgun that is extended mags and suppressed, I'm willing to give you my current handgun, so you've got a mid-range weapon.
Okay.
Or can I just give him the upgrade? Basically, the grips and the sights on mine that make it better.
Yeah, you can basically do that. He basically buys the rest. Well, technically, what he's doing is he's buying a gun to replace yours, and then you're just trading.
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
I'm looking for a 45 ACP. I'm looking for a 1911 that and basically, I'm giving you a match grade 1911, and you're giving me a generic one that is a threaded barrel,
All right.
and
So-
then buy your own mags.
Alrighty. So basically, I give you one where it has a suppressor and the medium
threaded barrel.
extend range.
Yeah, threaded barrel. I like my personal suppressor. You've got to buy your own suppressor.
Also, all of you need to make a self-control because the investment didn't come in.
I'm annoyed, but I'll live with it.
Yeah, it's a failure. So you take 1 distress because it's like, that's...
So 1 regular stress.
Yeah, 1 distress.
Yeah.
And okay, and Jim Panels takes 1 distress. Everybody else is okay. It's like, yeah. It's only it's only a normal failure because normal failure is only a level 1 stress check. It's like,
I knew it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
back to the bar.
So, Seawall, you should be up to.
I'm at 1 stress, 2 trauma.
Remember that they do stack. So if you already had 1, you should be at 2 stress. I don't know if you would.
I didn't get a stress earlier.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Just so you
Yeah, I had 1 detachment earlier, but you said I countered that because of the dogs.
Yeah. So that's why you're at 2 detachment, 1 detachment. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I succeeded, and I only got 1 detachment.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure everybody's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Kiri
I know
doesn't
it's-
have
I know
anything,
it's-
and
And I know the
Jim-
joke, but whenever else turns their head, I sneak out to the store and buy like a little patch for the drunkie so that Jim
A little,
Patrick.
little dog nappy spot.
Yeah.
Little puppy nap spot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, I don't know where that came from. Someone just put it there. Bring in more alcohol and ladies.
Yep, I went out and got myself some really good body armor in response to that mission.
Yay!
Yeah, I feel like body armor.
I got
Boy.
the chainmail that has advanced alloy and padded. So basically, I have this thing built into my normal fatigues, or what I normally wear.
What exactly does this mean? Arms, and torso 5 to 9. What exactly does that mean?
It
Those are the
absorbs.
locations.
Yeah.
Notice if you look at the body thing, it's got a location chart. 1 to 2 is the right leg. 3 to 4 is the left leg. 5 is
Okay.
the right arm. 6 is the left arm. 7 through 9 is the
Oh, so this
Torso.
doesn't actually give me any leg protection?
yeah. Yeah, it doesn't give you any actual leg protection, sadly.
Is there something that just gives you leg protection?
I think so.
Probably the basilisk.
I
No, that's also arm and torso.
Well, if I remember right on my sheet, it's actually pretty uncommon. Yeah, you only have a 40% chance to get hit there and a 10% chance to get hit, which...
to be fair, like the thing is, like it's chainmail. People are going to aim at the torso and head. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just going to check what the helmet does.
It protects your head.
Upkeep 2 PO? What does that mean?
Per order, I'm guessing?
What are you looking at, Sewell?
Just the helmet. It says upkeep 2 PO.
Okay. Helmet. I think that's. Let's see. Helmet. Let me look. Oh yeah, you can buy drugs. There's drugs to help deal with craziness. You know, because sometimes maybe you just want to drug yourself and be like, "Fuck it, yeah." Purchase only. You only have to pay the purchase cost. You don't actually have to upkeep it. 'Cause it's a
Oh,
helmet.
okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So for 2, I can get a helmet, and then for an additional 1, I can get a face mask. Then just never have to upkeep it.
Extra 2 because it's still 2
Okay,
for
got
the upgrades.
Got it. What I'll do is, for now, I won't have the helmet, but I'll pick up a helmet later. When we get some more money down the line. I'll pick up a helmet, and then is there anything that actually gives leg protection? Is it like carpet armor?
Carpet armor gives leg protection.
Carpet gauntlets and greaves. Yeah.
Yep. They're pretty easy to replace. The riot shield protects everything except the head. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is it possible to just get, since I've already got really good arm protection, is it possible to just get like leg padding in the form of like heavy leather pants, or basically like chaps that I wear over that?
Yeah, that would probably be like a 3.
Well, it's 4 for it's 4 for greaves and leg,
which
so
then gets
half as
doubled to
much?
8 when you're buying in game.
No, it's
So that-
no carpet armor is paid only.
Yeah, which the
For
purchase only is that you don't have to pay upkeep on it.
Yeah.
You don't
but I
have
still
to
have to pay 8 to get it.
to buy it. Yeah, that would basically be because somebody has to fashion, etc.
Got it. Understood.
Remember, upkeep is what you have to
Understood,
pay to maintain it.
Makes sense. Got it. Okay, so yeah, I'll get a helmet, and then and then I'll just have some sort of, I wouldn't call it improvised legging, but kind of padded pants that I'll have repaired as needed.
Yeah, so basically you're buying a shittier version of carpet armor.
Well, just the legs.
Yeah, basically,
I got good arm because I got great arm armor.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Question then.
Yes.
Since I never used the toolkit once, it says upkeep 2. Do I have to subtract that as well, even though I've never used it?
Yes.
Yes, you're maintaining the gear. You're oiling your tools, etc.
Oh, that's
and you did use it actually.
No,
and it's already been included. I already included. That's why you all made 12 bounty each.
Oh, so that also. Okay, so how about
it was already included? I took the value of everything that you sold from your shop, the wood. Then I've subtracted all of your upkeeps, and that left you all with 12 each.
Okay. What about recovering charges for my first aid kit?
You recover all charges because you're back at the Enclave. You basically, that's what part of being upkeep is refreshing all charges.
So all of us have full ammo now, including the ones we
basically
picked up.
Part upkeep is maintaining the tools that you didn't get to use. It's also buying new ammo, making sure there's nothing damaged to your rack and your slide. In the case of you, technically you did use your tools basically for the taking part the and tagging the zombies. You actually did use your toolkit for that when you were tagging them, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't having you roll, Kiri, because otherwise, it's kind of hard to get a tag in there. But with toolkit, you know how to basically, hey, I have the tools. I can make wire cutters and stuff, or I have wire cutters, so I can do some wire, and I can then basically stab it into the thing's arm.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to know what exactly it does because it doesn't have like an effect like so many other items do.
Well, yeah, it's because it can be used to dismantle things. It's if you guys find a car and you guys want to
hotwire it.
Yeah, that's what your mechanics text for. If you guys wanted to climb up the building, you'd use your toolkit to try and basically, grappling hook pull down the ladder, etc. That's its purpose. It lets you do all those things that, MacGyvering needs you to do, or repair damaged things. Like, oh, we found an elevator that has power to it, but it needs to be repaired first. Or, like Alpha's like, oh, could you repair my laptop? You need a toolkit to do.
Okay.
So anytime you need to repair something or take something apart, you have to spend a charge on your tool
Okay.
because that's you
yes.
doing that.
I guess last thing is like dealing with the humanity threats like detachment, stretch, and trauma. How do those
That
go
happens
away?
at the start of next session.
Okay, so those get completely removed.
Nope, they don't get completely removed. So I'm going to go over that. So you see how they're set up on your sheets?
Yeah, there's like basic, then cracked, crumbled, then break.
Yeah. So in the crack column, you remove the two rightmost columns, basically. So on gym pants, if everybody goes to gym pants sheet as an example, if you'll notice that gym pants got one detachment, one stress, one trauma, and then 3 trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if everybody's looking at gym pan sheet, so gym pan next session, because he's got 2 dependents, he'll lose 1 detachment and then a second detachment, and then he'll be left with that because it removes the rightmost first. So he's got 1 detachment still, 1 stress still, 1 trauma still. Let's look at Will's sheet as another example. I think Will be fully healed off on stress. So that's what Gym Pan will be after next session. He'll have 1 in everything because it doesn't all go away. He heals, you heal by column basically, and you go by the rightmost column. So Seawall will be all gone on stress. He has to do a life event though, otherwise he doesn't heal it.
Yeah, I'll probably be doing a life event.
Yeah, you need to do a life event if you want to heal stress.
Yeah.
If you don't do a life event, that means you're not actually spending the time with your loved ones to actually recuperate and recover from the stress of being, takers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you Blues will fully heal as well after he does his life event. So there's going to be a lot of life events next turn, and you'll go from 1 detachment, 1 stress, and 2 trauma, Kiri, down to 1 detachment, 1 stress, and 1 trauma.
And
Because-
that's if I do the life
Life
attack. Okay.
Because you'll remove the rightmost column,
All right.
which is the 1 trauma. Which is why it sucks when you hit cracked, because when you hit cracked, the row that got filled can no longer go below 5. So, for example, if your stress hits 5, it can no longer go below that. Yeah, so the 6 stress that you take is really, really bad.
Mhm.
Because it also means that technically you can't heal off any more detachment or trauma. Or well, you can, but it's, you can't heal your stress below 5, as an example. So if your stress was at 5 and the other 2 were wherever they are, it limits your basically ability to emotionally recover, because emotional stress gets to you.
Got it. How long
Okay.
until my leg is healed up? Since I did take 5 lethal damage to my
I'm
left leg.
checking as well. That's the other thing I'm going to check on right now, because healing is important.
And nothing else you can check by me. It's a medic to look over.
Yep. So 227 and 281. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you heal all stun damage in a location, 1 location between jobs, and you can heal. Okay.
Thankfully, they only took it in 1 location, so they're fine.
Okay. So by spending 1 bounty, you can heal all of that damage off. To answer that. Because,
So if I burn a bounty, I'll be fully healed.
Yeah. So here's how it works. You heal all stun damage to 1 location. For every bounty you spend, which is basically having a nurse check up on you, etc., buying bandages, etc., you heal all stun damage to another location. So, if all your body had stun, all 6 locations, you'd need to spend 5 bounty to fully heal off that stun damage off.
Wait. So
that's stun I'm getting to the killing. A doctor can, for 1 bounty, turn an entire location's killing damage into stun. So you're spending the 1 bounty to turn that 5 killing into 5 stun, and then your free time, you basically heal it off. So, a doc gives you a
limping.
sling.
Yeah, I'm limping for a little while.
And Layton's double this.
Hence, I'm fine and I ran away.
Well, they don't double it. It's just that it costs one more bounty because latents are. Being a latent sucks because people will charge you more because, well, it's like I could get infected if I accidentally mess this up because that can happen. And Kiri can basically help with that as well. Technically, so even if you don't want to spend the doctor, Kiri can potentially heal off a few of the killing.
Depends. Do you trust my character enough to do that?
Yep, you can basically call Kiri to be like, "Hey, buddy, can you do this?" And I'll be right back.
Accuracy. Would your character actually trust? Well, I already kept you from getting infected, so I assume he probably would trust my character enough to try and heal him.
I can make first aids.
Actually, first aid is actually at what mine is.
Yeah.
So not the cleanest mission, but we did survive an aberrant.
Yeah.
Yep.
With basically finding out, Jim Pan is an immune, and I just got lucky.
Yeah.
Well,
And we made up pretty good because, we still have, I think, 6 wood in reserve? No. We sold 5. We have 7 left over.
Still got 7 left over. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get as much for the 7 as the others did, but at least it's something.
Yeah.
Well, any mission you can come home from is a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that saying: any crash that you can walk out from is a good landing.
Any landing you can walk away from was a good landing, yeah. But I did upgrade my armor significantly, so... And I'm hoping at the beginning of next session be able to swap out the rifle for a crossbow.
Yeah, I also decided to buy a pistol.
Yeah, that's why.
So,
that's why I upgrade.
And you're gaining the balance from me.
Yeah, that's why I upgrade the drunkie to armored so that if all else fails and we have to make a one for it, at least I know my donkey can survive. Why I send it the other way?
I upgraded my laptop.
And now I should probably take my medicine now. So be right back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since I'm swapping out to that crossbow, it'll actually, funnily enough, the crossbow is cheaper to maintain, and I get to get some of the charges back.
Yeah,
and I'm making it, but it is going to be pump action, so it won't be as fast firing.
Yep.
But that thing is like perfect for needing stealth.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. How long can I keep this ruse up before one of you guys finds out who I work for?
Yeah.
You'll find out. Sven has absolutely no reason to believe that my character would reveal he's immune. And here's the thing: my character would not reveal that because it does genuinely believe in him.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's not the true Hippocratic Oath because the real Hippocratic Oath requires multiple oaths to various Greek gods.
But it's still an oath secrecy for patients and confidentiality and blah blah blah.
So how are you guys gonna react to me walking up with full chainmail underneath the sleeves of my jacket?
I'm assuming it's going to be like sewn in so it doesn't make a whole
Oh
lot
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
noise.
It's fully padded. It's fully contained within. It's basically I've got it in a jacket that I wear over the top of the rest of my gear. You know, nice thick gloves as well, just because those are useful. Eventually, I'll be throwing a helmet on my head.
Why just upgrade the chainmail for the? Oh right, yeah, because of face right. Yeah, I just realized why you do that instead of just upgrading the chainmail as I was saying it.
But yeah, also, hooray for me having more leadership now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now that I have upgraded my speed, I can at least be somewhat useful when we're out in the field with the least combat.
Yep.
I'm
Well, I
not
mean,
going
you're-
to specialize heavily in that.
Well, you're as good as I am when it comes to shooting. Seriously, you're as good as I am when it comes to
Yeah,
shooting.
I see that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go much further in that as far as shooting goes, because
I'm probably going to max mine out at most 3 or 4. And I'll be doing it for both regular shooting and crossbow. But we do have, Jim Pan the fucking sniper over here.
Yeah.
And then we got Ty with his Dronky. So he's got that, and he'll up it. Yep. Also, at some point, I will be picking up binoculars, just because it is useful.
yeah.
Like, one of us needs it, and that's it. Because we can just kind of toss it to the guy who does that, or we can trade it around with whoever's going to maintain it more. But yeah, my equipment, my total upkeep now is 16. So, but we're going to start handling more serious jobs as time goes on.
Let's see, what is my upkeep? Upgrades do not factor into upkeep, memory serves. 2, 4, 5, 8. Wait, no. 2, 4. Yep, 7.
But yeah, we got real lucky.
Very.
Yeah.
Why does this thing say my upkeep is 12?
But hey, Jim Pan now also has a animal companion. He's got Doug.
Yeah.
He's got Dougie.
Yep, and we've got, I think, you've got yours set at friendly, and I believe he said hardy. Yep. So yeah, those two are coming for free. What I would recommend, spend a couple
Hunter.
points. Yep, hunter, harness. Just get a nice little doggo harness, just so we have extra carry capacity, and then also eventually get attack training. So we've got extra attack. Because hey, you can do that whole what was it? You can do that whole thing with what was it? Hey, okay, you guys know some of the tricks you can do with dog meat and Fallout, where he'll like grab somebody so you can shoot him. Yeah, that'd be really useful for dealing with some creatures, so you can get a good headshot on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's a puppy now.
A sweet puppy. Puppy that must be protected.
Yeah.
So, seawall.
Yep.
If while you're at work and you're able to just listen to something for hours on end. I found a rather humorous creepypasta thing.
Can't really do that too often. I kind of sneak it here and there, but I'm on the call center desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll DM you the video.
No problem.
I find it rather humorous myself, personally.
Yep.
Can you send it to me as well?
Sure. It's called Tales from the Gas Station. I find at least pretty funny.
Yep. But yeah, my character was one of the few people evacuated from a military base that's still. Since Corpus Christi is pretty far to the coast, I've got a feeling it was one of the last naval stations, one of the last naval bases that was active before overrun.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, memory serves, I think the zombie apocalypse thing happened 20 years prior to this.
5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
Oh, that even makes things better.
Yep.
We were all residents of Denver.
My character was dropped in via parachute.
The best part, my characters, his family, they were on the list to get season tickets for the Broncos.
Yep.
Well, they get to be at the Mile High Stadium now. Unfortunately, the parents didn't make it.
Well, dodge that bullet. Just kidding.
Yeah, meaning that that at the time, the 16-year-older had to take care of his 8-year-old sister.
Yep.
And one job went bad, became a latent. Well, I probably should go out and get some dinner. Have a good one, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, you too. I'm probably going to watch some WWE in about an hour.
Okay.
See ya.
Yep.
See ya.